Good morning. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. May the 4th be with you. I would have never done that years ago because I have kids now, so it's fine. Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Good to be here, it is. Love you, I do. Happy Monday, it is. I could go all day.
I was wondering if we'd even bring it up the entire 4 hours, knowing that.
Just going to start the show with it, I thought. Instead.
We have a lot to get to. It was a busy weekend. You know what? May the 4th on a Monday. We may not even touch on that in 4 hours. No, I was wrong.
Right out of the
I was wrong. Right out of the gate.
Right out of the chute. Poor at hitting we are. Pathetic offense we are. To do the whole. Yeah, save us, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're our only effing hope. Good morning,
Does he have
everybody.
an OPS over 700?
OPS Wan Kenobi. Good God, man. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie. I can't even do it. Benjamin R. Higgins. What is your Star Wars impersonation?
I was trying to think. I don't really have one. I'm probably
You're the cool kid on the show now.
Yeah, yes, I forgot you are the cool kid on the show.
I'm C-3PO if I'm anyone.
Yeah, it's true. That's very, very true. But I can't talk like him.
I can walk like him.
Yes, you do walk like him. That is very, very true.
I can definitely walk like him.
It's very, very true.
In fact, he might walk a little more smoothly than I do.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I mean, I would make fun of Star Wars people incessantly for the first 10 years of my career. Incessantly. I was incessant about it. And then I had children, and I remembered all the greatness that Star Wars was for me when I was a kid. And then you have to tailor your mockery. At some point, you're like, I kind of like this now. I'm kind of into it, and I kind of like that you guys are into it. And I like going to Disneyland and going to Star Wars Land, and I think lightsabers are cool. And I've changed my tune. So people can change, all right? People can change. I am living and walking proof that they can. And they don't, they've kind of outgrown it a little bit already. But when we go to Star Wars Land, yeah, dude, they love it. They think it's the greatest. And they fall right back into it. And that's how it goes. So big Star Wars guy over here. Huge.
That I never saw that coming 8 years ago when we first started this show.
Be like, Woodsy, do you like Star Wars? Be like, no, I like girls, right? So, I mean, it's standard. It was just standard mockery, and I apologize. I have apologized for many, many years about it, and I will keep apologizing. And may the 4th be with you all. Great to be here with you all, and, of course, all of you listening, watching on the YouTube feed. And people can change. People can change. I am living and walking proof of that. But how was everyone's weekend? Anything exciting go down?
I got my toe debridement on Friday. It went so well.
You got your corn.
It was a corn.
Shaved
the corn
off.
was shaved off my toe. And if I have one regret, it's that I didn't do it months ago.
Really?
It was so easy. I went and they sat in a comfortable. It was almost like a dentist chair, except instead of looking in your mouth, they look at your feet. And she just grabbed a scalpel and just started like peeling an orange. Just and
was it she?
She, Dr. Lay.
Dr. what?
Dr. Lay, Ley. Dr. Lay,
okay,
podiatrist in Encinitas.
Okay,
just kind of randomly made an appointment near my house, something that was covered by the insurance. It took maybe 5 minutes. They didn't have to numb it or anything. I didn't feel a thing.
Just shaved it off.
Dead skin. She just shaved it off. And
couldn't you have done it at home?
I don't know, but I said, will this give me, some relief? And she said,
you cannot ask a doctor, will this give me some relief?
Should be pretty instantaneous. I played golf, walked 18 holes, didn't feel a thing. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
Happy debridement day for you then.
Thank you.
On Friday. Pretty gross picture and whatnot.
It was.
Is there any lotion or anything you have to put on?
She just wants me to moisturize with the urea lotion.
Okay. Like corn husker. What's that? Corn huskers lotion that the men that husk corn every day, something like that. I have some very dry skin. I was noticing on my ankle, and Hannah's just repulsed by it. It looks like alligator skin. It's just, it's just what happens when you get old. Just bad stuff starts happening. There's nothing cool about
scaly.
it. Yeah, there's nothing cool about it. You're tired all the time. It's just, there's nothing cool about it at all. Paulie, how about you? What was your weekend like?
Weekend was good. Got some things done. Still, we've been dealing with the upset stomach with the puppy.
Still.
No, not really. Like all of last week. So we kind of built up to the weekend and got her kind of stabilized. And so we had a nice, quiet, just relaxing weekend. Went and saw some family. Went and saw the mother-in-law yesterday, which was good. And then watched a lot of not great sports.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Every
really bad
game
sports.
7 in the NBA was terrible. The soccer was terrible, and the baseball wasn't great.
Yeah,
it was not a good, not a good viewing weekend.
You're not a Seals fan, but that was the only real highlight of the weekend was the Seals winning yesterday. But they lost Friday. I mean, it was another rough one in San Diego sports this weekend, to be sure. I was at the Little League field, lost both of our games. It was not great. It lost a 2-1 game on Friday and then got smoked 12-6 yesterday at 8:30 a.m. And was not my favorite day. But listen, man, season's coming to a close. We got 3 more games left. It's been a blast. Saw some kids yesterday, which is, I think, the best part of coaching. Let me be fully transparent. When I started this, it was, look, I'm coaching attitude, I'm coaching effort, and that stays the same, right? Period. That's really all I care about. You do get caught up in the wins and losses. You do. And I think it's okay to admit that when you're managing a game for your little leaguers and you have a lead and stuff, you want to win the game. Like, you want it for them. I don't need it for me. I want it for them.
That's part of the lesson, I think, of Little League.
Yeah,
it's, striving for victory.
Right. And it's actually so, like, people get so domed out.
People are scared of wanting to win now. Isn't that true? That is
very,
true.
very strange, man. And you do get caught up in it a little bit. But then, you take it, you pause and you go, guys, no problem. We were down. You fought back. Then you guys completely soiled yourselves defensively, and we lost the game. That's going to happen when you, in fact, crap all over in your pants. You're going to lose a baseball game. But I think it's the other thing too is the other coaches. You see them start getting fired up, and then you start getting fired up, and then it's like I don't know. It just kind of takes over. So, giving myself a little bit of grace there to pause and say, hey, at the end of the day, I hope these kids had fun. And we had about 4 kids in the lineup that absolutely barreled baseballs that they had no business barreling off a pitcher. They had no business barreling them off of. And it was such a delight to see. The kid just goes, enough. Enough is enough. Bam, base hit. Bam, base hit. Bam, a barrel right to the first baseman's glove. But a barrel indeed. And that, to me, was like my favorite part. These kids hadn't hit well this year, but now, with 3 games left, to see those kids come through, it was really special. It's like the greatest part about coaching.
That's where you get your satisfaction as a youth coach, is seeing the improvement from the start to the end of the season.
No doubt.
No one's going to remember if you finished first, third, last, how many games you won, but that steady improvement from kids who you look lost when you started, and now they're enjoying it, they're having fun. That's what's the most important.
Well, and you see the excitement for it to be there, and the excitement to work hard, and the fact that I think every kid's going to sign up again next year. I'd be really surprised if they don't. That's what the goal was, honestly. But yeah, you get caught up in it a little bit, and I found myself yesterday after dropping that game, I was a little down in the mouth about it, and I had to tell myself, buddy, relax. It's just a little league game. But I was bummed for them. I don't look at it as like a poor reflection on coaching. It's just one of those dumb things. A fly ball lands. My shortstop and third baseman, they hit 2 balls into the 5-5 hole. Both of them parted like the Red Sea. So it goes there. Neither of them went for it. One just ran to third, one ran to second. I looked at him and I go, why are you both running away from the ball? Go to the ball. You see things that you will never, ever see again out at those little league fields. But I've had a blast with it, man. It's been a lot of fun.
I learned something about kids this weekend that I did not realize. I played golf with my dad, brother, and my nephew.
Nice.
Who's a high schooler. And he had his prom this weekend.
Oh, he did? Was he skibbity rizzling it up or what?
Yeah, I'm sure. He went with a group. They do that now. You don't necessarily have a date.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a huge group.
Big group. But apparently, there was a big game of hacky sack broke out. And apparently, hacky sack has once again become insanely popular. You can't even find a hacky sack to buy.
Wow.
Like at stores. I didn't even realize it was popular again. It had its moment when we were maybe
can I break some hard truth to you?
Yeah.
Your nephew is smoking marijuana. So I didn't if your brother's listening, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry,
Sam. Is that just a code?
Sam, yeah. Your son is deep in the clutches.
Apparently every kid in North County then perhaps is.
Are you surprised by that?
Not really, no.
Sam, your son is a marijuana addict. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Any kid that's in high school playing hacky sack, you like grass, man. I'm sorry. Paulie, am I wrong?
No, you're not. You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. That's fun, man, playing golf with your nephew. How is he? Is he a good golfer?
He played amazing. He's only picked up the game just in the last couple of years. Yeah. Played the best. He almost beat me. Like, I think he shot 90. He was really, really solid.
That's so fun, dude. I have not played in a while. I mean, I am getting the itch a little bit. You got your big golf trip. Of course, I live right by Encinitas Ranch, so I see it every day. And I'm like, God, I got to get out there for a round. But I haven't done it yet. I don't think I'm allowed. Really, I haven't played baseball either, though. I really haven't gotten to do much other than coach lately, but that's how it's been. Sorry about your nephew, though.
Nope. Sam just gave me the crying, laughing emoji. He's
listening. Sam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tell it like it is, man. I don't know what to tell you. Your son's
ganja, a.k.a. cannabis.
Your son is turning into Matthew McConaughey. It's one of the best. You ever see Galifianakis? And he does Between Two Ferns. Oh, yeah. He's got McConaughey there with him. He says something to Woody Harrelson. He goes, what is it like when you're with Woody Harrelson and to know there's not a sack being hacked somewhere? It was so good. Oh, it's good. That's fun. We had a great family weekend, man. We did. We went to a couple dinners and everyone got along. I mean, for our family, it's extremely peaceful. Just 3 to 7 minor outbursts. Paulie saw this picture. I don't know if you saw the picture I posted on Instagram.
Oh my God!
Yesterday of my 5-year-old, and I walked into the kitchen, Benjamin, and maybe Paulie can put it in the chat. But I walked into the kitchen, and he is in his full Italian sweatsuit that he wears, and he has a catcher's mask on his head, and he has work gloves on each hand, and he's holding a small dish, a small bowl. Imagine my surprise as I walk into the kitchen.
Already hilarious.
I go, well, what are you doing? And he goes, I need cat treats. And he's holding this bowl. And I go, for what? And he's like, we're building a cattery in my room. And I go, because we have 3 cats. And I go, okay. Why do you have gloves and a mask on? He goes, because I don't want to get scratched. so this, he looked like little Walter White in there. I was like, what is going on, dude? What are we doing? And so he, sure enough, he didn't want to get all scratched up. So they collected all the cats, brought them back. They set up a nice maze for them in between their 2 rooms with treats, water. And then they left and shut the door. And then they went to play baseball in the living room. And I go, why did you guys trap the cats in your room? Why don't you just let them roam free around the house? No, that's not what we want. Here he is. Yeah, that's him. Fully decked out in his Jordan sweatsuit, his hockey mask, and his little work gloves that he uses in the garden.
I was like, is he going to go?
Dangerous are your cats?
Is he going to go steal treats from the cats? And he's like, they're going to attack me?
It was unbelievable, man. There's never a dull moment. I walked out. I just went. So he looked at me and he's like, well, can I have some cat treats? I go, All right. And I just poured some cat treats in the bowl.
I saw that on your Instagram story. I just saved it. I held it for like 10 seconds. I was like, what is going on over there?
It's unbelievable, dude.
I love this kid.
It's truly, he's incredible. He's truly, truly amazing. So it was we had a fun weekend. It was low key. They're way into baseball cards now. Way into cards. It's pretty cool. They get their friends over now. This is their new bit. And I love the imagination, right? They get all their favorite cards. They put them out and they do drafts. So we're going to draft Salvador Perez as my catcher, and then you get to draft Austin Hedges. And then first base, they're better players than this, but this is all that's popping into my head.
Like, I got to get them some better cards.
Get them some better cards. Well, they get my runoffs, Paulie. They don't get the good stuff. But they make their little drafts, and then they play games against each other with their drafts. And of course, now it's 3 against 1. Hannah's none too pleased. Get these cards everywhere. Get these cards out of here. But they're doing great, man. They're doing great. They love it. Taylor's learning. Is learning the players, and how to read a little bit. It's been helping. That's my sales pitch, at least, to the wife.
J-Man wants to know if we're going to a funeral, because we're all, if you're on our YouTube stream, wearing black this morning. It's weird. Like on Friday, we were all wearing white. We don't.
Oh, were we?
We don't coordinate. Yes, we were. We were all wearing very light colors. So
you're right.
It's strange how often we end up in the same color without coordination at all. I don't know why that is. Woods is taking off his
wearing
sweatshirt,
salmon.
so it's now he's in a nice salmon. Paul is pulling off his jacket. Now he's in a white T-shirt, and now we look like normal people and not some sort of team that
everybody
has
happy now?
Coordinated their outfits. We never coordinate outfits except maybe in like rare occasion for some sort of Padres type.
Yeah,
event,
you and I coordinated wearing our Fanatics gear last week.
We coordinated wearing our Fanatics gear just to rub it in Woods' face because he didn't have any.
Yeah, I went with the salmon. Is this peach?
Somewhere between peach and salmon. Yeah. It's a little darker than peach.
Coral.
It's not
coral.
It's not as pink as salmon.
That's a nice color scheme we have going now. Now it looks much better on the live stream.
There you go.
The baseball this weekend was pretty pathetic. It was pretty pathetic, to be honest. I want to talk about it. We do. Many of you tuned in for this morning. We do need to talk about our co-hosts. My guess is drug-fueled or drunken crash out on Twitter. Not sure yet what it was. We haven't spoken really about it yet.
My phone was going crazy on Saturday.
People were texting me, asking me if is he okay?
Is everything? Somebody's like, is Ben on a bender?
And I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. We texted about it a little bit, and we had a really funny text exchange about it, which we will share. How are you? Are you sobered up?
Yes.
Yet? Okay.
I had to just kind of ignore my mentions for the last 2 days. They got a little out of hand. After I admittedly, I went off of the rails just a bit on Saturday night.
You took a broomstick up to this hornet's nest and went, I don't know, we'll see what this does. Whack!
Bro, Dan Cilio was like, hey, chill out, guys.
Yes. All right. Are you okay? Number one, are you okay?
I was something set me off, and then I just got trapped for like an hour, tweeting and replying.
It was like 9 o'clock at night,
and I'm sitting there going,
"I know
what is he?" So that's why I thought maybe you'd been at the golf course. You had a mind eraser, then you had a vodka Arnold Palmer, and then you got home. You're like, "I'll do a little bump of meth just to keep it going," and then I'm going to have another few cocktails. I'm like, I've never seen this from him.
I did have a half bottle of wine with dinner.
You did? Okay.
So there was some.
I knew it was something.
Some alcohol involved, but for the most part, it was just.
How dare you?
Bubble. I still think I'm right,
you
but
stupid
that's fine.
idiot. Sure, false. You stupid bastard.
I still think I'm right. I got frustrated. It was honestly our fans that were frustrating me the most. Our Padres fans. That's what drove me the crazy.
Well, listen, I can relate to that, but holy smokes, man. I was really, really worried about you. I haven't seen a crash out from him like this. I mean, it used to happen to me all the time. But, X now is really, I mean, look, if you're going to X for positivity, really at all, it's almost hard to even find something that makes you laugh on a daily basis. There's things that you look at and you go, oh my God, I can't believe somebody would say that, right? It's very shocking and shocking videos and everything else. But it's not a beacon of hope. You don't go there for measured baseball takes. There's a few guys that stand out. You try to be one of those guys, but I do think the position you're in will never allow you to be a measured baseball fan. And I think the quicker we realize that, no matter what we say, it doesn't, because of this job in particular, I don't think you'll be allowed to have a measured
It's hard to try. It's even hard to try.
It's hard to try.
It
and
is.
It makes sense. And I know you now, man. Like, you're one of my closest friends. You don't understand that they don't understand logic. And you're just trying to be logical, but they don't want logic. They want, you know what they want? They want blood. They want bone. They want sinew. They want it all. And they want to, like Star Wars. Remember that creepy thing down in the cockles there that rips
Sarlacc.
The Sarlacc. That's what they want. They want to be a Sarlacc. And they want you to be a Sarlacc to the San Diego Padres, even though, I was getting 2 days into the season, people going, over here saying it's early. I'm like, it's 2 games in.
It's yes, man.
It's the definition of early. They've only played 2 games. And so here's me. You're telling me it's not early? Are you saying that it's not early? Because they've only played 2 games. They got 160 more. You're telling me it's not early? He's like, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And it's same ass every year, man. It's early. It's early. Listen. It doesn't make sense. You can't go in there expecting it to make sense. Once you reframe your brain, I think you'll be fine.
Rafa says, I definitely didn't have Ben using his chip before Woodsy.
100%. But his chip was on Padres fans.
I used it on Padres fans, not on the team.
It was unbelievable.
Let's get rolling here. We did have some sad breaking news this morning that I want to address when we come back.
Bummer.
Got an early shout out to his family and some audio from our archives that we definitely want to share with that. We will set the menu and we will talk about yesterday's much needed, if not overwhelmingly impressive 4-3 win over the White Sox to avoid a series sweep at home and at least finish the homestand at 2-4. So we'll get right into the baseball talk, but we do have a very busy Monday program for you. Let's take a quick timeout, check traffic, and we are underway with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player. This pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Men and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. As we were driving in this morning, got the very sad news in Major League Baseball that longtime Yankees and even before that Atlanta Braves radio broadcaster John Sterling passed away overnight. Sterling retired last year. Had been dealing with some health issues. I think he had a heart attack back in January or February was said to be doing somewhat better, but did pass away yesterday. And
friend of the program.
John Sterling, that remind everyone's sharing their tributes and their favorite John Sterling home run calls, of course.
That's what they do. Run the bases like drunks.
He had all the little nicknames.
Here comes the judge.
A-bomb for A-Rod.
Giancarlo. No. Si sueles a Parlo. Everyone's like, what? What was that?
No one really even knows. He always wore a tie to broadcast games, even though he was on the radio. No one could see him, and he told anyone who asked, because I just feel like want to be appreciative and respectful that I get to do this job every single day and show it the respect that it deserves.
Does that mean
we should be wearing ties in here?
I mean, we could really change the game if we did it. Don't you think? I mean, now that we are on camera as well, I mean, I look like an absolute slob that just rolled out of bed. And John Sterling, guys, 80 years old, getting up, suit and tie tie at least every day. I wonder if I could even do it. I wonder if I could do it for a week.
But long time Ben & Woods Tier 1s will remember that we did have John Sterling on the show, and it was great, but that's not the audio that we're going to play for you. Paulie, who arranged the interview, happened to receive a callback voicemail from John Sterling.
God, this was October of 2019.
Man, legendary. Dude.
And we must have had him on talking little MLB playoffs. And yeah, I don't remember if I was away from my phone or whatever. He called. If I didn't hear it, whatever. I get my phone and it says voicemail, John Sterling. And I go, interesting. When I heard it, I listened to it and I go, I don't know that I will ever get a better voicemail than this one.
Oh, you can never delete it either.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, Paul, this is John Sterling. It is 12, I don't know, let's say it's 12:30.
Yes.
On Wednesday afternoon in New York, so it's 10:30 your time. No, it'd be 9:30 your time.
Yeah.
Please. My math was not my strong subject. Anyway, give me a call when you want me on the air. I'd be glad to do it for you. I'd love it, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
So at some point, I'll be home late afternoon.
Incredible.
And or tomorrow all afternoon.
Right.
So just give a call. Thanks.
I remember hearing that and I go,
this is the greatest.
All right, I need to listen to that 4 or 5 more times. And at the end I go, when was I supposed to call him?
What are we doing?
What day is it? What time zone is he in?
Is he coming on or is he not? I love that he said, yeah, I'd like to do it. And he goes, I'd love to do it. And it just
give me a call when you want me on the air. I'd be glad to do it for you. I'd love it, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
what a guy.
Sweet angel, dude. It made me so sad when you told me that this morning.
I missed that entirely. Hadn't really seen any of the news this morning. And I rolled in and you told me, I went, damn, dude.
Damn it, man. Well, you know how we do it.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
I love Tyler's comment. I love when old people leave the time on their voicemails.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a call log.
Yeah.
I know exactly when you call.
I still do it. By the
I
way.
do it.
Hey, Paulie, it's about 12:30. I'm in the car. Just give me a call.
It's actually 12:26. My phone tells me exactly when you call.
Actually,
I still do that like with a doctor's office or something. If they don't answer, you're like, hey, this is Paul Reindl. I'm calling at about 10 o'clock on Monday morning. I just wanted to schedule an appointment.
He was such a gem.
You got to call 5 World Series championships for the New York Yankees over the years.
Such a gem of a man, and obviously an iconic voice. And it makes me so sad. 86 though.
Yeah,
that's a tip of your hat as well, man.
How long was he calling games?
Decades.
For the Yankees,
yeah. For the Yankees
and the Braves,
30 years, and before that, he was on TBS radio with the Braves.
Incredible, Radio Man for life, right?
Yeah, Radio Man for life.
Oh,
I mean, it's just in my lifetime, at least, and I think probably for you guys as well. Like, it's iconic, whether you love or hate the Yankees.
That voice, it's like
Yankees win.
It's like Vin Scully. Like, I loathe the Dodgers, but how do you not love Vin Scully? Just those are those guys, and they're. The interesting thing is you think about the guys that are leaving us and departing this mortal coil, and you realize that the game is in such fantastic hands, though, with some of the guys that you hear around baseball now, like our own Jesse Agler, by the way, and Jason Benetti and Boog Shambi and guys like that. The game's in really good hands, and they've all learned.
They listened to all those guys when they were growing up.
Holy shit! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. He did a little different, Donnie Orsillo, and I love that about him. But, not a lot to cheer about this weekend, Benjamin.
No, and we'll talk about it. Here's what we've got setting the menu for the Monday edition of Ben and Woods. We'll start with our Padres Wrap-Up. Doesn't feel dedeserved, but they did get the win yesterday.
It's kind of a weird rule that we have here.
We'll have some winning highlights for you coming up. And then 7 o'clock, we had the big announcement on Saturday. The Padres officially ushering in new ownership and a new era for San Diego and the Padres. We'll talk about the statement from Kwanzaa Jones, Jose E. Feliciano, and what the next steps are. 7:20 is Don't Do This. Paulie's been working with some audio on a moment from a Los Angeles Dodgers game over the weekend. We'll have
guy
that
almost
for
died.
you.
Yeah, guy almost
sounded
died.
like it.
Yeah.
Certainly did. At 7:35, Craig Elsten will join us not only to talk some Padres, but another crushing, heartbreaking game for SDFC on Saturday night. And I mean, the good news is they ended their 5-match losing streak, and somehow I feel even worse than I did before the match,
right?
As they blew a late 2-0 lead. Goal, 82nd minute, and then in the 14th minute of 9 minutes of stoppage time, but because there was an injury to CJ Dos Santos, they added 5 or 6 more minutes. LAFC scores at the end to earn the 2-2 draw and cost SDFC
it felt like the
2
refs
points.
were going, we're going to keep this game going as long as it takes
till the equalizer
until
comes.
LAFC ties this thing up. I don't know when the Padres game exactly ended. I was watching that full screen and then flipped over to Apple to watch the end of the match after the Padres game ended. I want to say it was like the 85th minute probably when I tuned in, 2-1 lead. I had been following all night. And so I probably saw another, 20, 25 minutes. I was infuriated.
Yeah, it was infuriating.
It pissed me off so much.
It was such a
Saturday.
weird match because, and I had it on 2 screens. So I was watching most of it.
I don't know how you guys do that, by the way. You can't pick 2 worst sports to try to watch simultaneously.
Baseball and soccer
I cannot
at the
do
same
it.
time.
Yeah.
I tried. I go, I can't do it. I got to
for
commit.
80 minutes, they played their best match in 2 months. No doubt about it. 2-0, they were controlling everything. But then they truly were on their heels for the last 20 minutes, including stoppage time. And I wasn't all that shocked that LAFC ended up scoring and tying it. There was a potential handball that wasn't called, though, so there was controversy as well. They're just in the torture chamber right now, and we'll talk about it with Craig Elsten coming up at 7:35. In our 8 o'clock hour, we've got Take on Woods. We've got a brand new prize this week, kind of a DIY Las Vegas vacation, a $500 gift card to the Westgate. Set up your own weekend getaway in Las Vegas, but you'll have to beat or tie Woods in our music, movie, or TV trivia game at 8:35. Dennis Lin, our Padres Linsider from The Athletic. They've been leading a lot of the reporting on the Padres ownership, transfer, and sale. Plus, we could have a roster move today. Of course, we had one over the weekend with Griffin Canning. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But I believe we were told on Thursday or Friday, this is Yuki Matsui has to be activated today or they have to release him. So we'll see what the Padres end up doing because his rehab stint is over in AAA and they cannot option him without giving him the opportunity to become a free agent.
Okay.
They're going to have to make a decision.
I know. I'm glad it's them and not me.
You don't like losing any pitching if you don't have to.
Correct.
I think that's the overriding concern, but we'll talk about that with Dennis Lin. I'll guess I'm Ben Woods up here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Final hour. We'll get a Reindl Report, get some headlines, NBA playoffs over the weekend. We are through the first round now. Did have a couple of game 7s. They weren't fantastic, but we're down to the final 8 now. In the NBA, so we can top some playoffs and get you ready for the Padres series in San Francisco. Now, that is a team that is really struggling right now. They're hitting, I wouldn't say the panic button, but they're hitting some buttons, calling up their top prospect, Bryce Eldridge, to face the Padres today, just to shake some things up because things have not gone well for Tony Vitello's squad.
Of course, they scare the ever-loving crap out of me.
Already took 2 out of 3 from the Padres at Petco Park earlier this season.
No doubt.
We'll preview the series coming up, and that will get us to 10 o'clock. But let's start with yesterday's game at Petco Park, a much-needed 4-3 victory over the Chicago White Sox. We'll get to the wrap-up right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
If you're getting onto the Coronado Bridge, there's a crash on the 75 westbound just past the 5 car and a motorcycle wreck. They're up against the left shoulder, slowing you just as you're coming off of the 5.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing. Are you ready?
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres Wrap-Up
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Romo switch hitter, batting left-handed, rips the first one in the air down the right field line. That one going to go a line drive, home run into the Petco porch. Drew Romo's third hit of the season, all of them home runs. And the White Sox lead it 1-0 here in the third. Now the 1-2 pitch. And that's it in the air, deep to left field. Antonacci's going back. He's turning to watch. This one going to go. Second of the year for Miguel Andujar. And a game-tying shot here in the fourth inning. It's 1-1. And he swings, hits it in the air a mile, deep to left field. Antonacci at the wall. He watches. This one going to go. Manny Machado with his 5th of the year, 2nd of the inning for the Padres, and they go ahead for the first time today. It's 2-1. Grant's at second, Bogarts at third. The 3-2 is up and away, goes to the backstop. Here comes Bogarts from third. He will score. And on the wild pitch, the Padres add on. It's 3-1. Check swing went around. That is strike 3. And Griffin Canning has struck out the side 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th inning. 7 strikeouts in his Padre debut. Hill swings, sends it in the air to left center and deep. Merrill's back, so is Laureano. This one gonna go into the bullpen. A 2-run pinch hit homer for Hill, and this game is tied 3-3. Xander, kind of a half swing grounder to the left of the mound. Hudson doesn't have a play. Montgomery picks it up. It'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Xander as Laureano comes in to score the go-ahead run. Kind of a half swing, excuse me, oopsie will get the job done, and the Padres lead it 4-3. Miller will deliver. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase a slider in the other batter's box, and Mason Miller with 3 strikeouts in the 9th inning as the Padres end the homestand on a high. They end the mini 4-game skid here, pick up their 20th win of the season, and Xander Bogaerts' check swing infield hit in the bottom of the 8th. The difference here this afternoon as the Padres beat the White Sox 4-3.
We came back. We played really good against the Cubs the first game and then lost a couple close ones. And then, didn't play our best against the White Sox the first 2 days, but came out and, salvaged one today. So just speaks to the toughness of our team. We're a pretty tough team, pretty mentally tough. I like how these guys get after it every day. They're not giving in. They're not making excuses. And, it shows today to, stop a losing streak in its tracks.
It's a line drive in the box score. Xander,
all day
we will take it. Padres over the White Sox 4-3. If there was one positive to take away from the weekend, no doubt about it, it was Griffin Canning's debut for the Padres. Activated before the game yesterday, German Marquez placed on the injured list with forearm nerve inflammation.
He inflamed my nerves this weekend, I'll tell you that. Real good.
And Padres needed to create a roster spot for Griffin Canning. That's how they did it. And while Canning was not perfect, certainly showed some promise.
Dude.
The changeup was nasty. First thing he texted, that was a nasty changeup.
I mean, he comes out, goes 6 straight balls to start his outing, and you're like, oh no. I mean, the nerves
New
were
team jitters, I think, are real.
Of course, he hadn't been on a mound in a long time in an official game. Battling through that injury. What was it? His Achilles or his knee?
Maybe
or something?
Achilles, yeah.
So he's battling through that, and finally you're feeling good again, and you just can't find the zone. And it was a little bit panic-inducing, but he buckled down, and then you started to see that changeup he would throw to lefties. It was just neutralizing them. I mean, it was so dirty. It starts outer half to the lefty Benny and ends up a foot away in the other batter's box. It's just beautiful. So, and then he'll go and pump, 96 at you. And you're, oh, okay, where'd that come from? Sneaky live arm from Griffin Canning. Really, really happy to have him here. I think, and I think about it in terms of this. We talked last week. We had a big argument on the round table with Tony Gwynn Jr. and you. And were you there? Yeah, you were there. LO, everyone's talking about Marquez this, and Matt Waldron's great and this and that. And I said, none of those guys are going to start a playoff game for you. None of them. Marquez is not going to start a playoff. If he does, things are more dire than you could even imagine. Walker Buehler probably wouldn't, maybe, but probably not. Griffin Canning, 100%. Absolutely. Playoff game, game 2, game 3 starter. You could see it immediately. So he's got the stuff.
Final line, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Now, certainly could have been more. Got helped out. Both teams actually had a runner thrown out at home plate in the early going. The Padres threw out runner at home in the first inning on a grounder up the middle. Xander bobbled it. Should not have gone. It would have been bases loaded, 2 outs. Instead, they ran themselves out of a potential run-scoring rally. The White Sox did. And then Ty France got thrown out trying to score from first on the double into the corner he just never had a chance either. So 2 opportunities squandered early in the game. Canning only run allowed was on the home run by Drew Romo in the top of the 3rd inning. And then the Padres, the only offense we really saw all weekend came there in the 4th with the Miguel Andujar and Manny Machado home runs, and then the Xander Bogaerts, Ty France singles, and the pass ball that had the 3-run rally. But otherwise, Woods, it was a very rough weekend. And the Padres remain in a very bad spot offensively. Without Ramon Laureano hitting, without Jackson Merrill hitting, and certainly without Fernando Tatis Jr. providing any pop, and still, he took the day off yesterday. Yep. He's been battling the flu all week, as they said, and he's probably needed a day off. But those are too many guys, too many critical guys in your lineup who are all deep in slumps right now. It makes it very hard for the Padres to put in together any sort of offensive rallies.
Yeah, kind of a tough watch, too. For the first time really this season is how I felt. And you can think what you want. Watch every game. This is this series in particular. I was like, man, the offense looks futile at this point. I mean, it's just we got down a run. I was like, oh boy, that sinking feeling again.
I can handle watching a loss. I can handle it.
Oh yeah.
Friday and Saturday, I texted you after I think Saturday's game. It was literally like a waste of my life. I was like, that's 3 hours of my life. Yeah. I can't get back. There was nothing redeemable or enjoyable about that game at all.
Nothing. And again, I understand the ebbs and the flows of the baseball season. I understand the ebbs and the flows of an offense. And a bullpen and a starting rotation, but a little too much ebb, not enough flow right now for the offense. For sure.
I would imagine as the season goes on, you'll see Griffin Canning go deeper in a game like that. But
he at 73?
But because he had just started his year, and they had a rested back of the bullpen. Craig Stammen aggressively tried to protect the 3-1 win with Adrian Morejon.
Let's talk about that for 1 second. Yeah, I got a couple of messages from people about Craig Stammen's bullpen management in that particular spot. And I think the up-down for Adrian, has it worked? Has it not worked more times than it's worked this year?
I think it's been okay. That was the plan, because he was the first one in spring training to do an up-down, I remember.
Yeah, he was.
And I go, are they stretching him out to be a starter? No, I think they've planned since the offseason. All right, Adrian, you're not going to be a starter, but you are going to be a 2-inning guy many times when we bring you out of the pen. And that is something they've kind of stuck with a lot. Adrian Morejon has been a 2-inning pitcher. Obviously, the results have been mixed. He's been good at times. He's been a little rough at times. He struck out the side in his first inning, came back and obviously gave up the 2-run home run in his second inning.
What inning was that? The 6th?
That was the 6th when he came in.
Okay.
The 7th when he gave up the home run.
So would the move have been, with the hindsight machine, firing it up, to go Adrian in the 6th, beautiful, finish on a high right there, pumping out, striking out the side. Estrada in the 7th, Adam in the 8th, Miller in the 9th. I know Estrada. Now, the only reason I thought they
used him on Saturday night.
They used him the night before. He didn't throw a ton of pitches. He threw 13 pitches, but he is coming right off of an injury. And I'm like, do you want to go back-to-back with Estrada? You want to keep his he pitched really well on Saturday. Like, let's keep his confidence. I kind of understood it. Yeah, and again, if that's been the plan, they just got to be.
I was wondering when they went to the pinch hitter. Obviously, they went to a righty to see if they could, catch lightning in a bottle, and they did.
They did,
because Jason Adam and Mason Miller were so well rested. You could have countered if you were ready with Adam, get him 7th into the 8th, and even gone with a 4 or 5 out save for Mason Miller if you were looking to do that.
Well,
Stammen remained confident in Adrian Morejon. It's the one thing that, some people have criticized Stammen for. He believes in his guys, his pitchers especially. The bullpen guys, he trusts them so much that sometimes he may let them go a little longer than other managers would.
I think, you watch a guy punch the side in the 6th, and you're like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. You give me some more? Yeah, I got it. No problem. Like, there's not a lot of guys he has a ton of confidence down in the bullpen with, right? Estrada's earning that back. Jason Adam has the utmost confidence, and, even he hiccups. Mason Miller, who rarely hiccups, if ever, you have the ultimate trust in. So he's trying to find those guys that he can lean on. And as you said, if that's the plan, he's got to be sharper.
And I said, even when it was 3-3 and they had given up the lead, I was saying to my brother, well, you've got 3 at-bats left, and they've got 2 against Jason Adam and Mason Miller. I'll take my chances that you're going to win the game most of the time. Now, the winning rally, not much of a rally. It was a walk by Laureano, a stolen base, a Merrill infield single that, if not for a great play, probably would have been a base hit.
Yeah.
And then the Manny strikeout, which was tough, trying to get a runner in.
Yep.
But Xander gets the lucky check swing, and that ended up being the game. And
we'll take it. We don't complain
Mason
about
Miller
wins.
gets his 11th save, strikes out the side around a ground ball hit, and the Padres do snap their 4-game losing streak.
Look at us.
And still have not been swept this season, which is a good thing. We will talk about it more as hour number 2 approaches and go through the big announcement about the new ownership coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods on a Monday morning. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, and also with you.
We will we'll touch on the two Padres losses on Friday and Saturday, although there's not much to touch on in either of those games, other than maybe the return of Jeremiah Estrada. If you missed that on Friday, Padres sent David Morgan back down to Triple-A. He is tasked on working on fastball command, which definitely slipped here early in the season. Estrada back bulked up on tamales, returned on Saturday night, as we mentioned, with a striking out of the side. Looked more Jeremiah Estrada-like, which is a good development.
A lot of confidence, too. I mean, he looked really, really good. That's about the only bright spot from those two games. Those were, as Paulie said, those were fairly excruciating games to watch. I mean, fairly I came home from a Little League game Friday and was like, I got in the car. It was like, what? Is it 6-0 already? I'm like, what the hell happened in 3 innings or whatever? And then I remembered who was on the bump. The guy you said you felt really good about.
The irony of it all is that, at least in the National League West, they did absolutely no damage whatsoever to their position in the standings.
It's
because
absolutely
every
insane.
team in the National League West was on a losing streak over the weekend. I mean, this is like September Redux last year. The Dodgers lost, the Padres lost. The Dodgers lost, the Padres lost. The Dodgers lost, Padres lost. Dodgers lost, Padres lost. Finally, the Padres win, and of course, the Dodgers win. So the Padres have remained over the last 5 days.
Half a game out?
Exactly one half game out of first place.
I was thinking about that last night when I saw that. How does that make you feel personally as a fan? Like, do you view that as, hey, we didn't lose any ground, we're not playing well and we're in the same spot? Or are you like, does it make you more mad that you're like, the Dodgers never lose, so of course when they lose, we can't gain even half?
I'm a whew guy.
It's a true personality test.
It really is.
Like, how do you feel about? Are you mad that the Padres aren't taking advantage, or are you happy that the Padres aren't losing ground even though they are losing? It ended up being history making before the Padres and Dodgers both won yesterday. Through Saturday, all NL West teams had at least a 3-game losing streak at the same time, and that apparently had never happened in Major League Baseball history, where an entire division was on a 3 or more game losing streak at the same time. So that's just how things happen to be going in the NL West over the weekend and stretching back into last week.
It was nuts. Every night you turn it on and you're like, no way again. And nobody could get it together. So
the big news, though, the one that will affect the Padres for years to come and maybe even decades to come, we will find out, came on Saturday morning. We had kind of gotten the hint that we might see it on Friday, and then it didn't happen. So we just said, I wonder if there was some sort of delay. It turned out just to be 24 hours when the Padres officially announced in a release sent out to the media the agreement for new ownership, ushering in the new era led by Kwanzaa Jones and Jose E. Feliciano. And while there is no news conference, there's no in-person interview scheduled yet, we did get some quotes in a statement prepared by Feliciano and Jones, the new soon-to-be owners of the San Diego Padres, after they get approval from 3/4 of Major League Baseball owners in a vote that's now expected to happen at the next meeting in June.
I liked what they had to say, right? It says this, quote, "The Padres are more than a baseball team. They are a unifying force in San Diego, rooted in community, connection, and belonging. As life and business partners, and as a family, we are honored to lead this next chapter together. We have worked hard for everything we have achieved, and we have built it together. We see that same spirit in this team and its fans, and we know what it takes to win. We are committed to showing up, listening, and earning the trust of this community while building on the strong foundation established by the Seidler family. This is about more than baseball. It's about boosting the pride, energy, and connection that define the Padres, investing in community, deepening, belonging, and ensuring this team remains accessible and endures for generations. We are all in, with the goal of bringing a World Series championship to San Diego." You really couldn't punch it up better than that. I mean, honestly, for your first statement after it's official, you couldn't punch it up better. Now, again,
it would be shocking if they kicked that one, though, on the very first try. They've got teams of PR staff and lawyers, I'm sure, helping them craft their initial statement. It's been done.
I've seen it done.
It's been done.
I have absolutely seen it done. I've seen it done.
But when you when all you get is this, one page, you sort of have to try to read between the lines. And there were a couple of things that stood out to me just on reading a page of copy from the San Diego Padres. First one, thought it was interesting that in every reference to the new owners, Kwanzaa Jones's name came first.
Oh, is it interesting to you?
It's always Kwanzaa Jones and Jose Feliciano. Now,
women aren't allowed to be first?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think we should expect a very active role from Kwanzaa Jones as well.
Yeah,
even
they've
though
already told us
they
that.
told us that.
Yeah, even though Jose Feliciano has been reportedly going to be the control person for the team, it's not just lip service that they're sharing, the ownership together. Seems like this is truly going to be a team effort between the two as owners of the San Diego Padres.
Do you know she's a recording artist as well? There's music of hers.
I've heard some of it, yes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Does a lot of things with their initiative, which is good. I mean, we want to see them bring the philanthropy down to San Diego, and reportedly they're looking to do that, buy a house here, bring a lot of their philanthropic efforts. The other big thing that I saw was the last paragraph. And not that I did not expect this, but the Padres will continue to operate in the ordinary course throughout the MLB approval process. There will be no changes to day-to-day business operations as the result of today's announcement. No further information regarding the transaction will be disclosed at this time. What that means and what further reporting is also indicated from Dennis Lin, who will join us at 8:35 and others. Eric Grupner is expected to remain the CEO of the San Diego Padres. A.J. Preller will remain the president of baseball operations of the San Diego Padres. And while that is always subject to whatever a new owner, they can change their mind at any point. Sure. But there's no indication that Kwanzaa Jones and Jose Feliciano are going to come in, clean house, or make any major changes to the Padres front office, at least at this time through this season. And Eric Grupner, who is a minority owner of the Padres as well, I think was reported up to like 4% stake, which sounds like a small amount. But when you're talking about a $3.9 billion
nice little day
valuation, that gets into, I believe, the 9 figures worth of San Diego Padres ownership. He's expected to keep his ownership stake, which would lead me to believe that Eric Grupner will remain a critical figure in San Diego Padres leadership going forward.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing when I read it, Benny. And, it's interesting to me that John Seidler is going to stay on as well. I think the perspective of John Seidler, the people's perspective of him has changed since everything went down initially. Seems to be a pretty good steward of this team and somebody that's really interested in the long-term success of this team. Got a lot of friends in that organization that I hope, make it through this and thrive through this. Tom Seidler being one of them. Really, really good people. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But I thought they did a great job with that statement.
Sure. And then again, we'll see. I don't foresee any snags in the approval process from other owners. But again, when you're just dealing with individual personalities and, you don't know what their concerns may be. But there's been no indication that there's any reason to think the Padres would not get the approval of at least 3/4, which would be like 22 or 23 of the other owners to say yes and move this forward. I think Major League Baseball wants this to move forward. Obviously, owners are happy with the sale price. That makes their investments worth even more.
So much more.
So they want this to probably proceed smoothly. And, move on to the next iteration of the San Diego Padres.
I think it's fair to admit, too, that when everything went down, with Scheel and the Seidler brothers last year, when was that? A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
As I sit here today, as this is the resolution, I'm fairly happy with how the process has gone. Right? Like it wasn't ideal, but I looked at this when it happened and I went, this is going to be 5 years of litigation. And, everybody has calmed their jets a little bit and figured out what was best for them. They took that opportunity. I wish everybody involved the very best. It was really hard losing an owner like Peter and a husband like Peter and a father like Peter and a friend like Peter Seidler, a San Diegan like Peter Seidler. And the fact that it's at this point, I think that's a good thing. And I think I'm happy with that.
Yeah, the reporting is that the bulk of what was sold to the Felicianos, who are buying 40%, is coming from the trust, which is the portion that is Shield Seidler's.
24% of their 40%
is coming from that trust. And while I don't know the details behind it, I would imagine as much as, she said she wanted to remain, keep the Padres in the family, she just never had enough to really make that happen, to control it, didn't have control of the trust. So my guess is part of the settlement, part of the lawyer's agreement is, hey, we're just going to sell this and you can then do what you want, with your own funds. It's your money. No one ever said it wasn't. She just didn't have enough in order to really affect any control of the San Diego Padres at that 24% that was all tied up in a trust. So it seems like this was the solution moving forward. And that kind of makes sense. And when you see that John Seidler and some of the other Seidler family are staying involved, that, that they're not completely divesting themselves of the team. So this is probably all related to the lawsuit and everything that happened.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, to be here where we are today after all of that drama for years, to have an owner that seems committed, he and his wife seem very committed. They said all the right things. Now, again, what fans are going to ask of ownership is, great, put your money where your mouth is, right? That's standard for any owner, any team. That's what the fans ask you to do.
And again, I think we mentioned it recently, but it bears repeating. This is a personal investment for Jones and Feliciano. Yes. It's not Clear Lake Capital, correct, like owns Chelsea, which he's one of the governors of Chelsea but that's owned as a business. That's an investment. And that investment is expected to return money for their investors. So they run Chelsea. While they spend a lot of money, they're doing so in order to make money. As a personal investment, they can do with this what they want. And if they have to operate at a loss to try to win, they're certainly allowed to do that. We don't know if that's how they're going to go, but as a personal investment, they're not beholden to investors or anything. They can choose to do what they want with the San Diego Padres, and hopefully they will be, as they said, good stewards and, people who want to try to help bring a World Series championship to San Diego.
Yeah, just sign Tarek Skubal in the offseason, and we're all good.
That would be quite the statement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
All right, let's take time out. When we come back, Paulie's been working on some audio as part of our Don't Do This. Maybe an overreaction, as it were.
Well, yeah.
With the Los Angeles Dodgers over the weekend.
So funny, man.
That is coming up with Ben and Woods. Take a quick time out, and then we've got more on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
New week, new opportunity to head down to San Diego's best card room, our favorite place to play cards in San Diego. You're not going to find anywhere better. Right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista Woods, it is 7 Mile Casino.
Man, we haven't talked about 7 Mile for a minute. Yeah, they're still in the same place, just 7 minutes from Petco Park. They still got all the games that you love to play. They got Texas Hold'em. They got Pai Gow Poker. They've got Baccarat, and of course, for now still, California-style blackjack.
Got a great restaurant, Sammy's at 7 Mile. Not only serves the regular Sammy's wood-fired pizzas, classics, but 24/7 players menu is available whenever you show up. 2 a.m., 3 p.m., anytime. You can go in, get a great dinner, and order the Kung Pao chicken, which is absolutely amazing. Enjoy it in the restaurant, TVs, enjoy it on the patio overlooking San Diego Bay. Beautiful views that you can get as well, but it really is all about the cards, great dealers. It's just a comfortable atmosphere, no smoke. It's all just great. Check it out today. Head on in. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixieland Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and enjoy it. Before Craig Elsten joins us in a few minutes to talk Padres, SDFC, and more, let's get right to it. Woods, lead us off, please.
Oh, I'm going first? No, I think you're going first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you're going first.
Okay. I will go first then.
Yeah, because I'm going to go in the middle.
All right, this is breaking news. And I don't know, I don't know the Orlando Magic well enough to say if it's definitely a don't do this. Certainly feels like one, though. The Magic this morning have fired head coach Jamal Mosley after 5 seasons. Unfortunately, Orlando was not able to pull off a massive first-round upset. They were the 8th seed. They had a 3-1 lead against the Detroit Pistons. Pistons came back and won Game 7 yesterday, ended up winning the series 4-3. But I know he did win a couple of division titles. Orlando, a young team building, seems like they have been taking consistent steps forward. But I guess the organization decided they wanted to go a new direction this morning and have released their head coach Jamal Mosley after 5 seasons.
It's blowing the lead, right?
It gave them the opportunity, I guess, if they wanted to make a change anyway. Had they pulled off the upset and beat the Pistons, there's no way you could have fired him, right?
Right. No.
So you're saying that if they win one more game, he keeps his job, but now he loses his job. I guess that's what doesn't feel quite right to me.
We had that in the NFL.
3 consecutive winning seasons. Yeah, first 2 years were horrible. He was given a nothing roster that was one of the worst in basketball. Won 3 consecutive winning seasons and 2 division titles. Isn't that what you are looking for from a coach moving forward?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wasn't it Ravens Steelers and it was John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin? There was a blocked kick or something, and it was like whoever lost that game was probably going to get fired. Job. And you're like, it's really coming down to this.
Yeah.
Like when you boil it down, it came down to a blocked kick. The destiny for a head coach is crazy.
It's crazy. This got me yesterday so good.
Oh boy.
I saw MLB posting about Shohei Ohtani. Shocker. What did he do now? He tied his shoe. No, he actually got hit by a pitch by Justin Bruihl from the St. Louis Cardinals. Threw him it was a 75 mile an hour curveball sweeper, whatever. And it got Shohei in the butt. But the funny part was the audio, and I must have listened to it 100 times. It sent me. I don't know why it got me so much, but it did. So here's Shohei, and you'll hear him yelp before the pitch gets him.
First one and almost a week. That was a little dramatic.
Even Joe Davis.
First one and almost a week.
Mr. Dramatic himself, Joe Davis.
First one and almost a week. That was a little dramatic. The 75-mile-per-hour sweeper.
The ball's got an arc to it. I mean, it is. We had a kid yesterday that got dotted for the first time ever in Little League. The pitch was 3/4 of the way there, and I heard, ah! And it was like, I saw it happen in slow motion. It was before it got there. Shohei you brace yourself and you go, oh no, it's going to hurt. It's so good.
I mean, for Joe Davis to point it out.
Yes.
Something negative about Shohei Ohtani. How egregious it must have been.
No, I couldn't stop listening.
What is that? What does that sound like? It's like the Simpsons laugh thing.
Yeah,
something like that.
I had to put a disclaimer because I retweeted it. I had to put a disclaimer. I'm just laughing at the sound. Dodger fans have in no way talking poorly about the Dodgers or Shohei Ohtani. Please do not S your pants about this. I just found it to be an amusing anecdote with some really amusing audio.
Who says it's like a clown horn?
Yeah. It's one more time. Just more time. It's so good.
First one and almost a week. That was a little dramatic.
So funny. 75. Hey, listen, to the layman, 75 to the back doesn't feel great. Shohei Ohtani, I promise you, didn't even feel it. He just was, he got scared. It was coming at him, and he's like, I'm bracing myself
that's Sunday
for
league.
this. The Sunday league, yeah.
Well, you sent that over whenever that was, yesterday, Saturday night, whenever that was. You sent it over, and you said, I need this. I don't know if it's a DDT or not, but I need the sound bite. I need it saved. It's tournament drops.
Yes.
I got you. And then you said, we need this in a song, too.
Yeah, and I couldn't think of the song.
And I spent probably more time than I should have. I was like, I listened to the clip. I just listened to it repeatedly, trying to go, what song does this, where could that fit? So this is what I came up with. I don't know if it's any good or not.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I loved it. So good. That was perfect.
Gunter?
Glauben.
Glauben.
So that's stolen from a Def Leppard song. That I never knew what it meant when I was a kid. I have no idea.
And that song was Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah.
By the Offspring.
Yeah. It's one of the worst songs you'll ever hear. But yeah. It's in the top 5 of the worst songs ever put on vinyl or wax or into a computer.
Gunter Glauben, Globen. You already have that.
Oh, we had that.
I already had it.
Oh, good. Why wouldn't you have that?
I don't know.
Brilliant.
Dodgers fans, don't dox me.
Please.
Don't kill me.
Don't come after my
It's just
family.
fun with audio. Please.
Please leave my children alone. Leave them out of this. They had nothing to do with this. My wife, please. I'm begging you guys. For once, take a joke. It's just funny. If it had happened to Ellie De La Cruz, you would have heard the exact same segment that you just heard, except for it would have been Ellie De La Cruz. That's it.
You comparing Shohei Ohtani to Ellie De La Cruz?
I mean, if Jake Cronenworth had done it,
Yeah, 100%.
We still had to use that noise.
I would have cheered because that would have meant he got on base. It's been It's been a month or so. Since he's been on base, it feels like. I love Jakey so much, and I'm so sorry that he's going through this. Should we give him his bat back? He gave us a game-used bat. Like, do you think? Now he wrote 2 Ben and Woods on it.
Right. It might still have hits in it. Though.
I'm sure it does. I mean,
I'm more than willing to make that contribution if it will help him out.
100%.
All right, finally, do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
And I will admit, the sport of horse racing doesn't get a lot of attention on this program. I wasn't even planning on watching the Kentucky Derby, but I happened to be home Saturday afternoon. I turn on the TV and I go, oh, it's like
the Derby.
5 minutes from race time. So I turned it on. And I was treated to one of the most spectacular horse races I think I've ever seen, in which a 23-1 shot, Golden Tempo, came back in one of the most incredible finishes I've ever seen.
Hang on, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about horse. 23-1, is that
not the
standard
longest of long
odds,
shots?
like,
I mean,
for our Kentucky Derby winner?
The favorites are going to be like 7-2, 5-2, 6-1.
Because I feel like when I have seen bet slips, there's like 50-1.
There's a lot of horses, so you do have some 50-1 and 90-1 long shots in the Kentucky Derby, full field.
So it was a bit of a surprise, but not the craziest maybe thing.
Well,
in the world.
I mean, yeah, the horse was a decent horse. The problem was it was so far back in the pack as they hit the final turn. You could see on the overhead drone shot, he's got just like an entire wall of horses in front of him. Like even if this was Secretariat, you go, there's no chance to come back in a race like this. And somehow Golden Tempo weaves in and out. And just like, it looks like one of those cars that has like the nitrous engine and just goes way faster than other cars. It just takes off like a shot, goes all the way around the outside, comes back in, chases down the leaders, and coming down the stretch, it ends up with Jose Ortiz, who's the jockey, right next to his brother. Neither has ever won the Kentucky Derby. They're going back and forth right to the wire, and Golden Tempo ends up winning and making history because the trainer, Sherry DeVoe, is the first female trainer ever to win a Kentucky Derby. You saw the video of her reaction as she's watching her horse that, I mean, any reasonable person is going to think, my horse is so far out of this, I've got no chance. And she's just watching this and just like getting more and more excited until it crosses the finish line. And she ends up as a Kentucky Derby winner. It was actually quite compelling television and was worthy of the 10 minutes I spent watching that race because it was absolutely magical and incredible.
Very good. First woman trainer to win.
Second to win a Triple Crown race, but the first ever to win the Kentucky Derby. Paulie's got the reaction feed where she sees her horse going and she's grabbing onto the rail and she is jumping like she's like, no way this could possibly. And then this is going to happen. This could absolutely happen. And she's nearly jumping out of the grandstands, seeing her horse get up to the top. And then right next to her, these are brother and brother right next to each other. And Golden Tempo ends up winning the race right at the wire. And she nearly has a heart attack, it looks like.
Oh, my gosh, she does. That's unbelievable. Wow.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, I think we have plenty to talk about with Craig Elsten, not just Padres, the sale, the weekend against the White Sox, but the SDFC game as well. The disappointing finish after they blew a 2-0 lead against their rivals, LAFC at home. Just continues to be the worst month plus now in SDFC's young franchise history. We'll talk about all of that coming up next, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
so let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
This pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Padres taking on the San Francisco Giants in the first of three tonight at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Trying to keep the Giants from getting on track. They have been struggling.
Please don't let these dudes get on track again.
Badly. Got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays over the weekend. We will preview that coming up. But we got Craig Elsten standing by to talk Padres and SDFC. Get to Craig right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
San Diego, the 5 southbound from the 56. It's a clear commute to the 805 southbound. Both 5 southbound and 805 southbound clear to the 8, even northbound out of San Diego.
All right, joining us right now, host of the Padres Hot Tub and Chromaniacs podcast, our friend Craig Elsten is with us here on 97.3 The Fan. And Craig, if it weren't for yesterday's 4-3 win on a Xander Bogaerts excuse-me check swing, that would have been a tough weekend for San Diego sports fans. SDFC blowing the 2-0 lead. Wave lost yesterday. Padres looked awful on Friday and Saturday. Other than the Seals winning last night, it was not a good weekend for us.
Yeah, they lost Friday night, by the way,
and
too.
They lost too, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, when the Sockers win a title, there is a price to be paid.
That's right.
And
right.
The rest of the week goes the way it goes. What can I tell you? We can hit reset here today, I guess.
Yeah, the month of May so far, not great. Not great. I know we're very much in its infancy, Craig, but the SDFC game, let's start there. Can you explain? Can you explain what happened at the end of the game where, you saw Mikey Varas on the sideline, slapping his hand, pretty obvious handball, no?
I thought so too. The one thing that you can say is that the VAR booth is checking these plays. It's not like they were sitting there, filling out their Wordle during that play. They were looking at it, and if they had a recommendation, they would have given that recommendation to the field official to come over and look at it. The argument against the handball is that the arm isn't in an unnatural position that cannot be necessarily controlled because he's up in the air and he hits the ball with his head first. Do I think the arm's a little bit out? I do. Do I see it spill off the crook of the elbow? I do. But they didn't rule it that way, and VAR didn't think it was worth a check. So, just another friggin' cherry on top of the sundae of pain and misery for SDFC, who absolutely had that match. And I really think you can look at just truly unfortunate circumstance as being behind both goals. Annabelle Godoy comes off because he's taken a shot in the wall on a free kick, and he went down, and the trainers came out, and then they wouldn't let him back on the pitch, and literally Sonny runs into his empty spot, and that's what creates the first goal for LAFC. The second one comes after CJ Dos Santos, who's been coming back from a broken cheekbone for months, coming back from this, and they said, oh, he's not mentally ready. He's not mentally ready. He gets out there. He reorganizes the defense. He really makes it look like a different team, and then he goes down to block a ball from Bawanga in the 94th minute. And what happens? He gets kicked in the face. He gets kicked in the face, the same dang face. So, the Fareed comes in and they give up a goal 5 minutes later. What are you supposed to do about that if you're Mikey Varas? I saw so much Mikey criticism online. It's like his keeper got kicked in the same spot that kept him out for months. What are we complaining about? Like, this was truly an unfortunate result.
Let me ask you, Craig, because Fareed came in and did give up the goal. I don't know that anyone was stopping that point blank where it was. Is there a goalkeeping problem, or is it just the goalkeeper's the last line of defense? Because CJ Dos Santos may have looked like he was going to be the hero of the match late in the game with some of those great saves before he went down. I don't necessarily think SDFC has a goalkeeping problem, so to speak. It's just everything's kind of a problem right now, and it's been turning into this 9-match winless streak.
Yeah, I don't want to disparage Duran Ferree or say he's the problem directly, but I do think defense generally is the problem for SDFC. They just didn't take games like this and turn them into ties last year. And I can now think of 3 different matches within this winless streak where they had the lead late, and had it turn into a tie, and multiple times having multiple goal leads and having those turn into ties. Here's what I'm seeing right now. I see a defense that has lacked confidence with Fareed at the helm. They believe in him from the coaching staff standpoint in terms of how he moves the football, how he distributes, how he's good with his feet. But other teams have been laying traps against SDFC's breakout from the back, turning those into turnovers, turning them into goals. He had 3 clean sheets and then gave up 20 goals over 8 games. I thought it was a time for a change. We had talked about it on Chromaniacs the last couple of weeks, and then Dos Santos comes in, and I just think, again, it's not a knock on Duran. It's having a veteran, having somebody in the back other than Chris McVeigh who's got experience and knows what he's doing and can inject that confidence and calm into the group to say, I've got this. Don't worry. Don't be jittery. I really thought Dos Santos did that. I really hope his face is okay and that we'll see him sooner than later.
Talking to our pal Craig Elsten here on Ben and Woods this morning, and my co-host over here brought up the topic last week, and it got a lot of play on social media. The old Mirage, or the Padres a Mirage right now. And at the time, what was the record then, Benny? It was 19-9, 1911, wasn't it?
1911.
Yeah, something like that. And, you look at the run differential, Craig, it's sitting now at -1. This weekend, they were, for the first time for me, an excruciating watch on Friday and Saturday. Excruciating offensively.
Absolutely. I mean, the Padres have been a bit of a tough watch offensively all year. I saw in AC's newsletter, they've got a team OPS under 500 against starting pitchers the first time through the order. So
those guys,
that tells you a lot.
They were carving us up, man. You saw a guy take them out. He's like 7.71 ERA. You're like, oh, all right, no chance here. I mean, it's tough. Now you'll obviously give them a pass for the Scoobles and the Framber Valdez's and the Paul Skeens. Fine. Yes, absolutely. But, Sean Burke and Anthony Kay and whatever, whoever else that we've run up against, man, it's been pretty dicey.
Well, allow me to offer a humble proposal, because I'm seeing one thing right now, and I think it's on everybody's mind. And I'd like to offer what I think could be a fix. What's the matter with the Padres offense right now? If you had to say, name one player, everyone's going to say Tatis, even though Merrill has hit worse, arguably. And, there's some other cold spots in the lineup. But everyone's going to focus on Fernando Tatis for good reason. He has no homers. He's a guy that we expect to be an all-star, a superstar, and he has no homers. I would furthermore say the Padres don't have a leadoff hitter in their current lineup.
100%.
They've got Ramon Laureano, who is not a leadoff hitter. I think he is miscast as a leadoff hitter. This is a guy who's never walked 40 times in a season in his career. He's not going to walk 40 times this year. He's not shown anything at the top of the order that makes me say, oh, yeah, that's a guy who works the count, who grinds. That's the guy that pitchers hate to face to start the game. Laureano would just as soon see the first fastball in the zone and rip at it, and not to say that Fernando Tatis Jr. doesn't do that, because he does. But the Padres, believe it or not, had a leadoff hitter last year that walked 89 times, stole 32 bases, and scored 111 runs for the club, putting up 5.9 WAR. And that player is Fernando Tatis Jr. He had an on-base percentage of .368 last year, one of the best in an offensive-starved league. He was the catalyst for this club offensively. For some reason, at the start of spring training, and I'm very much guessing the reason is that Tatis, who continually sees the shadow of his 2021 performance leaping out of corners, and he feels like he has to be that player again. Of course, we'd all love to see him hit 40 homers again, but it felt like we heard these little things in spring training about, I can be the leadoff man, but they should make him the leadoff man today. They should reinstall him in the leadoff spot. And Craig Stammen he was a tinkerer in his lineup the first couple weeks, and lately he has not been a tinkerer with his lineup. Well, where'd that go? I believe, and this is just my belief, guys, but I'll bounce it off you. I believe that if Stammen brings in Toddy and says, listen, Fernando, we need you at leadoff. We need the spark. We need the eye. We need that great at-bat that you give. We need all of the outs that you bring to the top of the order. You're our best leadoff man. I'm going to bat you leadoff. I don't care if you homer. I literally don't care. Go all week. Don't hit a homer. It doesn't matter. I need you to get on base. I need you to steal bases. I need you to have good at-bats and set the tone for this team. Toddy, go with it, man. Go with God. Run with it. To me, he's going to accidentally hit 2 or 3 homers that week.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's going to stop thinking about it. He's going to stop worrying about it. And maybe he'll get back to a swing that works. I don't understand and I feel like it's putting more pressure on him that we're going to hit him second. We're going to hit him third. We're going to put him in that power spot. We're going to put all the expectation on him that he's going to lead the team in homers. He's not doing it right now, but we need a leadoff man more than anything. This is a team that never scores the first time through the order.
Yeah.
Let's change our leadoff man and see if we can change that.
We all clamored for Laureano to be at the top, and it worked there briefly.
When he was hot.
Oh, my gosh.
They played well.
But
he did walk, steal a base, and score the winning run yesterday. So I'm not going to dismiss that. But, Craig, I think you're spot on
He's
that
punched
one.
out. He has punched out so much.
I think Craig is spot on. From putting Tatis in the leadoff spot, take off some of the pressure to hit the home run by saying get on base, score runs, steal bases. He will then start hitting home runs just because that's how baseball works.
And we all clamored for him, by the way, in the 3 or the 4 as well. We all sold ourselves in the idea of, man, Schilt was really using this guy the wrong way. He's if he gets going, this is a 40 home run a year guy that could drive in 130 runs.
This team, I think, Craig, this team would have been at its very best. Jake Cronenworth had such a good spring, and I was thinking, man, if he could be that leadoff hitter who walks, who gets hit,
it was an idea.
Hits 250 to 260 and, gets on base a ton, that would be the best version of the Padres. But Jake has just been so incredibly awful. Not only can he not lead off, he can barely even be in the lineup right now. He's been so bad. So that's not the solution. Who's your number 2 hitter then? Is it Jackson Merrill if Fernando Tatis is leading off? Because he, as you said, he's been struggling more than just about anybody else in the lineup.
Yeah, I think it probably is Merrill. I think you could, in theory, do a Doug Rader style lineup and put a guy like a Sheets there as well, just to have the balance, the righty-lefty balance. But I don't mind just shifting everyone up one and going to Tatis, Merrill, Machado, in the 1, 2, 3, and then having Laureano down in one of those RBI spots, honestly, the way Miguel Andujar's hitting, you could move Andujar up in the lineup.
So they did move him up to second. Tatis was off, but I liked that flexibility with Craig Stammen and moving Andujar up.
Yeah.
Even though it took a day off for Fernando Tatis Jr. to do it.
But again, we're talking about scoring early. Okay, fine. We'll give you that. If he can get on, steal a run against a Logan Webb or something, great. That's what you want. It's what you're looking for. But then he's coming up potentially with kind of black. We're getting back to black holes at the bottom of the order again, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9 at least. There's Fernando coming up again, nobody on base. He is putting the ball in play. He is hitting the ball hard. So the risk reward, I don't know. Maybe you're right that's the right move. But Craig, it's by default because there's nobody else. I mean, it's not Laureano. He punches out. He's averaging, a couple times a game, it feels like. So at the top of the order, you need somebody that can put it in play at least.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at too. And when you talk about the bottom of the order, Luis Camposano's hitting the hell out of the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously Cronenworth hasn't done anything.
Fermin.
You need Jake Cronenworth to do something. Fermin has been right? Like he's throwing out base runners.
Yeah.
But Campy's killing it. So, you could make some adjustments as Stammen along the way. You could say, hey, Campy's our starter now.
Yeah,
3 out of 5 Campy instead of 2 out of 5 Campy. And Duhar's hitting too well. We got to keep him in the lineup. Yep. We got to figure out ways to keep him in the lineup. These are some of the things that he can do. But I think this team won't get going until Toddy and Merrill get going. So if you can take a little bit of the pressure off of those guys by putting them in spots where maybe they're a little bit more comfortable, I feel like that's going to be a potential solve, but especially at the top with Tatis. Like, I think we've undercounted what he did last year. And to be quite frank, if he just played like he did last year, the next 6-7 years, he's on a Hall of Fame track. He doesn't have to hit 40 home runs. Scoring 100 runs with 25 homers and a 370 on base percentage and 6 WAR and the best defense in right field.
Yeah.
That's one of the best players in the league. It doesn't have to be the home runs. We want the home runs. He's not swinging with his lower body. I mean, I saw a GIF comparing 21 to 26, and it's almost like comparing my first year golf swing to now. Like you're not using your body at all to, okay, you can use your body a little bit. So, there's plenty of things to focus on, but that's why I'm saying lead him off is to take some of that focus away and just worry about the strike zone.
Yeah.
Just worry about getting on base and focusing into your zones. Steal when you get on, score runs for this team. It's what you can do. You can do it better than anyone else on this team. Why don't we let you run wild from that top spot and see what happens?
Craig, we're out of time. I did want to congratulate you. When we talked to you last Monday, you were getting excited, nervous for the championship match, and you got it. The 17th title in soccer's history last Monday night. It wasn't even that dramatic. It was pretty much done at halftime, and they just cruised to the title. So congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. It was great to see you out there on Monday. Exciting week coming up for Front Wave Arena as well. Stay tuned along those lines. And, tough loss for the Wave yesterday, but they're going to bounce back as well. As soon as Cat Macario gets into this lineup down the road, it's going to be quite a team. So, a ton of exciting things happening in San Diego sports. Weekend results notwithstanding.
Craig Elsten on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. We'll talk to you next Monday. We got to come back. Hour number 3 of Ben and Woods, including Take on Woods and our Linsider Dennis Lynn. All ahead. Don't go away. It's San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Happy Monday to all of you out there listening. A little gray out there this morning. Don't like it very much. Good day to go home and play with my baseball cards and nap. Right?
I agree.
Great day.
I agree.
Yeah, no Mickey D's for me today, though. That's for sure. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer.
Forgot about the McDonald's.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well.
Thanks again to Craig Elsten, who joined us. And I have to say, I think Craig's idea of moving Fernando Tatis Jr. to the leadoff spot has a lot of merit. Saw it suggested in our chat. Well, he's not there because he said he probably doesn't want to bat there, which is fine. But if you don't want to bat there and you want to show you don't want to bat there, then produce in another spot.
Correct.
And if you don't produce in another spot, your team is going to put you where they think it's going to be most advantageous. And right now, if Laureano's struggling and no one else hitting, I think it makes perfect sense to move Fernando Tatis Jr. to the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I agree. And again, try it. You've like Craig said, and it's true. You've tinkered all year long, and it's worked. So. This iteration of the lineup currently isn't working. Laureano struck out a ton, I think 41 times already. That's too many. I mean, Manny's only struck out 27, and so I think why not try it at this point? Try to get the offense jump started a little bit. I thought yesterday
who better to
to
be a spark plug and jump start the offense than Fernando Tatis
for sure. And I think a day off yesterday was really needed and deserved, and no problem.
He's also had the flu for the last week.
Yeah,
they haven't belabored that point a lot, but Fernando's been under the weather pretty badly from what I've heard. Not making excuses. He's still off to a slow start. Yep. I acknowledge that. But
boy, I guess the practical question to ask Paulie is our co-host okay?
I was genuinely concerned for you on Saturday night.
As was I.
And following along on the text thread between the three of us, it was really just the two of you because I was laughing too hard. I was sitting in bed just giggling at you two going back and forth, Ben defending his, crash out. I don't know how else to describe it.
It was a crash out. It really was. First in a while.
So the Padres were getting their butts kicked. I was frustrated. And then I came across this tweet from MLB Network, little clipped video.
Yep.
Greg Amsinger. Oh, we met him at spring training. Yep. I don't know what we've ever done to him. But it's an entire segment entitled, Does Fernando Tatis Jr. Need a Change of Scenery? Greg's latest trade proposal has the slugger headed to New York in exchange for another superstar. And then they talk about trading him for Francisco Lindor, which I don't think is a good idea, but at least you could discuss that. And then Harold Reynolds gets into it and goes, no, here's what you need to do. Padres need to trade him for, have the Mets throw in a couple of prospects.
Jonah Tong.
Or even like minor leaguers. And then the Padres can pick up a good chunk of Tatis's salary to ease the burden on the New York Mets. And that just caused me to lose it. Absolutely lose it. As though Fernando Tatis Jr. is some salary dump player like, Eric Hosmer at the end of his Padres career, where you have to pay the bulk of his salary just to get rid of him from your roster. How have we gotten to the point where, yes, a slow start now means you are a valueless player? And it just drove me insane. So I retweeted it, being a bit sarcastic and flippant.
I got the sarcasm.
And I said, the Dodgers have also lost 4 in a row. Maybe Shohei Ohtani needs a change of scenery, too. He's 0 for his last 14, longest drought of his career. Yep. I'll wait for your response because obviously that's absurd. But my point is that suggesting that you flip Fernando Tatis for prospects and pay his salary for the New York Mets and the freaking richest owner in all of baseball is just the worst kind of segment you can possibly do.
Fair.
And so I tweeted it. And then I went down the road of then having
that's not the one I had.
And then I had so many people, and I thought, oh yeah, Dodgers fans are going to be mad. It wasn't the Dodgers fans. It was Padres fans who were mad at me for trying to explain that Fernando Tatis Jr. is still a valuable player and valuable member of the San Diego Padres. Even though he's slumping, even though he hasn't hit home runs, he's still the best player overall on this team.
Okay. That's not the one that got me. The one that got me was this one. True or false? He tweets. True or false? You can tell he's livid at this point. True or false? Yes. Fernando Tatis Jr. has been the best overall player on the Padres during the most successful run in team history, including back-to-back 90-win seasons. I don't feel like I should need to defend his value to Padres fans, in all caps, of all people.
When he says true or false at the beginning of that, I read that as, hey, you effing idiots, listen up.
You read that correctly.
Yeah.
That's how I was feeling on Saturday night.
He was very, very hot. And then I started to see his feed.
Which, by the way, I hated every bit of that tweet. I just wanted you to know.
I did too. People are going to be mad until they're not, right? I think there's going to be a certain faction of fans that, there's a faction of fans that hate Manny. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter he homered yesterday. They think about the 8th inning, right? They don't like Manny Machado. That's okay. It's going to be fine. There are Dodger fans that hate, Freddie Freeman right now, which is crazy to me, right? Of all he's done. But those are just that faction. And that's going to happen. I think when you hit him with the true or false, that's what'll get him. It's a bit gaslighty because he's not playing great.
Because then I guess I'm assuming this is I'm
asking you to take a wider view. Yes, he's not playing well right now. I acknowledge that.
Sure,
I'm not saying that he's the hottest player in baseball right now, but just take a bigger picture view.
Well,
that players like Fernando Tatis Jr. don't come around very often.
Correct.
And let's not discard him with the trash because we're frustrated in the moment. That's the point I am trying to make.
So I think the other thing that made me laugh was that you then started retweeting yourself into your feed. And I went, oh God, he's on ketamine. Somebody gave him ketamine and he's on ketamine right now. And I go, why is he doing this? And so I texted him. I go, hey,
are you okay?
Hey, Cilio, stop retweeting yourself. What are you doing? And then what was your weird response?
Well, on X, when you respond to someone, only people who follow both you and the person you're responding to will see that in their feed. And I wanted to make sure that response, I didn't want to have to retype it out so everyone could see it, but I thought it was a response that merited everyone in my feed seeing it, not just people who followed the person who responded. It was probably like 15 people.
So you quote.
I didn't want to quote tweet the other person though, because I didn't want to give them the attention or dox them in their bad take. So I just thought I'd retweet my own.
So here's how it started. I said, Ben, are you retweeting yourself in all caps on Twitter? He says, yes, because they are replies and people won't see them if they aren't following the people I'm replying to. Seems less harsh than a quote tweet. I said, but now your feed is just you retweeting yourself like Dan Cilio. Ben says, I think people understand my reasoning. No, I don't think it's fair to dox someone by quote tweeting. If I retweeted myself 2 days later, that would be dumb. I said, how's that doxing someone? He says, blasting their stupid tweet to my 30,000 followers? I don't want that. I just want people to see my response. I said, the person you're replying to will see your response. He says, but I want the point I'm making to be seen by everyone without having to read his tweet. And I said, so you just want everyone to see what you and only you say? And you said, correct. It's not my job to promote someone else's dumb tweets. And I sent the picture of Alex Rodriguez kissing the mirror. When he's looking in the mirror, kissing himself. Holy cow. You went ham that night.
Well, like anybody who goes a little too
which I've done.
Little too hard on a Saturday night.
Yes.
I woke up on Sunday morning, not with a hangover.
The guilt.
But
the feeling.
Like I couldn't even go into my mentions. It was like I just gave up because I got the notification. It's like I mean, some insane number that there's no way I'm going to catch up on these. And I'm sure there were some people who said some nice things and agreed with me. I couldn't go through it. It was just pages upon pages upon pages of mentions and talking about it. And I was like, it's a Sunday morning. This looks a lot different than it did on Saturday night.
It made me so mad. Fernando Tatis Jr. is my favorite player on the team. Like, he's one of my favorite players in all of baseball. I love him. I think he'll be fine. I'm so glad he's a Padre forever. And when I read your post, it made me start to argue against Fernando Tatis Jr. just because I was upset with how you phrased it. I'd be like, all right, first of all, Is he the best player on the Padres in the last in this era? I don't know. You can make the argument for Manny at least. Second of all,
you can make an argument for Manny.
If you're going to say that Tatis is, then I would counter with, well, furthest the Padres have made in that era, he wasn't even there for one single at-bat.
Yeah, that's your favorite player.
And that's my favorite player.
Guy wrote.
He also put the Padres on his back in 2024, and no one helped him out. I mean, he was having a great postseason before they went scoreless for 2 games.
Yeah, listen. I've done my time arguing like that. I'm more likely now to see something that pisses me off and just skip over it and just kind of use it for my own personal. Just try to make people laugh or try to be informative.
It really all goes back to the MLB Network guys. And you know what? If they wanted to do that once, throw it out there.
They do it
I get
every
it.
day,
but they do it
every
weekly.
day. Yeah.
It's their weekly what bag of balls are we going to get Fernando Tatis traded for so we can get him to New York? And I am just so tired of them going back to that well over and over and over again. Just stop it, please.
I mean, I did die when the Dodger fans were like, yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani's gotten us 2 rings. And I was like, all right, you're not wrong. Maybe just the wrong one.
Shohei had a horrible postseason on the way to, one of those rings at least.
Hardcore Ruiz says, don't forget Woods got mad about my Niebla take. Yeah, because that was garbage. That was a garbage take, straight up. I didn't dox you, though. I didn't tweet. Ben quote tweeting somebody isn't doxing. You know what doxing means? Posting their name, their address,
their place of business.
Yeah. Look at this idiot. Go take care of it.
And then saying like, what? It's public records or something like that. Like if you just retweet yourself, all somebody has to do is click on it and be able to see exactly who you were responding to. And if they wanted to pile onto that guy still, they are easily able to do it.
Yeah. I don't think it's doxing. I think you're good. I'm glad that you get another golf trip this weekend.
Apparently I need to
clear your mind. Stay off of Twitter, and you'll be fine. You don't even see me arguing this year for Manny or anybody. Like, all right, whatever you think, that's what you think. It's fine. It's all good.
You want some good news?
Yes.
I'll give you one guess as to who was just named the National League Reliever of the Month for April. It's who you think it is.
David Morgan.
Yeah. Mason Miller.
David Morgan.
Mason Miller, congratulations. National League Reliever of the Month for the first month of the season. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he may win it again at some point.
I think he could sweep this thing.
He might have a few of those in his future.
Now, that would be quite the season if you could sweep all 6 National League Reliever of the Month awards. Because technically the runs that he gave up were in April. His April ERA is 1.17.
I can't even tell you the feeling of relief that washed over me in the 8th inning when Xander hit the excuse me, oops, and beat it out, and that run scored. I just went, the first thing I said was, Reaper, it's time for the Reaper to shove it down these guys' throats. Guy hadn't had a save opportunity in, a week? As soon as that ball left the bat, I go, you got to beat it. You got to beat it. Reaper time. And it just is a cool feeling. Are you ready? And there's, if you're a Blue Jays fan, you don't have that feeling when they eke one out in the 8th inning. If you're a Orioles fan, you don't have that feeling when you eke one out in the 8th inning. You don't. But as a Padre fan, you're like, it's church, dude. It's over.
When Xander hit that ball, I could not think of anything other than Wesley Snipes' Willie Mays Hayes leading off the season for the
my favorite. The best.
And then just like,
you really knocked the crap out of that one. It was fantastic. Hey, man. I mean, he was so late on the pitch before, too, that he spoiled that fastball. I mean, it was on his hip, and then he got that bat head out. I was like, oh, my God, he did it. Listen, results-based business, it was huge. And to have Mason Miller at the back end of the bullpen is electric. It's electric. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Jason Stark wrote a huge piece late last week about why Mason Miller may be the most dominant pitcher of all time right now. I mean, he went back with every reliever. He talked to Trevor Hoffman, talked to Billy Wagner, I think, and some of the greats. And even the greats, the Hall of Famers, are in awe of what Mason Miller is doing right now and how incredible he has been. Did give him a hit
that he got to end the game yesterday. I mean, the guy just looked like he had never seen a pitch before in a batter's box. Like
Luis Angel Acuna. I mean, it was an unfair matchup for him.
That's Ronald's brother, right?
Yeah,
Ronald, unfortunately, injured list.
Is he? They put him on the IL.
Yeah, they put him on the IL hamstring strain. Hasn't slowed down the Braves. They are absolutely red hot. We will get to our MLB Reacharound coming up in our final hour.
Do you guys? I just saw a tweet that says, "I know Toddy hasn't hit a home run. He's doing his mopey thing, but booing him is crazy." I don't see the mope.
I don't either.
I see as much. Okay, if we're going to look at a disappointed face walking back to the dugout, then if that's the definition of moping, Laureano, Merrill, Machado always looks the same. Home run or K.
Merrill mopes way more than Tatis.
I do feel like I'm,
or he's like as up and down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he's
emotional,
super energetic and excited when things are going well, and he doesn't look great.
I don't see the mope. I would tell you if I saw it. I don't see it this year. I haven't seen it, and maybe I'm not looking hard enough. You guys know the ADD kicks in. It's hard for me to pay attention, but I haven't seen the kicking the dirt, the bad body language. I've seen a guy that's frustrated, which I would expect him to be. I really do. But I just, Crony looks pissed off. Crony looks like he's going to kill someone, which for good reason. So I just don't
every time we have this conversation, though, which is many times throughout the season, every season,
I feel like
Fernando.
He's the only one that gets singled out.
Oh, 100%.
And Laureano
and also,
does the same thing, I think.
How do you want him to act right now?
Right.
Because if he's jumping up and down and happy and smiling after a strikeout, exactly.
You'd lose your mind. You'd lose your mind.
By the way, the National League and American League Players of the Month, Ildemaro Vargas,
he's
of
unbelievable.
the Arizona Diamondbacks.
He's like Tony Gwynn. Dude, he gets like 4 hits a night. It's crazy.
Incredible. Yordan Alvarez, the American League Player of the Month, and the Pitchers of the Month in the American League, Jose Soriano, who, of course, we saw against the Padres for the Angels, and Shohei Ohtani, Pitcher of the Month in the National League. It was not Player of the Month, but was Pitcher of the Month in the National League.
Truly an embarrassment of riches.
All right,
there.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, our first game of the week with a brand new prize for Take on Woods, $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas. If you'd like to be the first to try to qualify in our music, movie, or TV trivia challenge, call now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We will do that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, it is still spring, which means spring cleaning may be underway. But what about spring cleaning of your finances? Trajan Wealth can help you tidy up all your scattered accounts. I had an old 401k, which I did not realize I was paying higher fees on. I just thought, oh, yeah, it's just sitting there. It's earning money. It's fine. You really should have someone take a look at details like that, whether you're years away or decades away from retirement. It's never too soon to have a better plan with people who are fiduciaries, who are working in your best interest to make sure your financial health is going to be good, and people who understand what it takes to retire here in San Diego. With healthcare costs, with inflation, with everything that goes on living here in California, taxes. They've got experts at Trajan Wealth right here in town to help you out. Offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. Just go to TrajanWealth.com, TRAJAN Wealth.com, or give them a call. New phone number, even easier to remember, 1-855-TRAJAN-1. 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 That'll get you started. Set up a consultation like I did. I feel so much better about my plan going forward thanks to Trajan Wealth. You can do so as well. Again, just go online, check it out, TRAJANwealth.com. That's TRAJANwealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
By the way, Ethan Salas continues to mash the ball.
So
had
happy
another
for him.
monster home run on Saturday night. I think I saw he's now like third in all of Double-A in like OPS, even though most players are 4 or 5 years older than he is.
He's in the 900s, I think, for
I know.
OPS
He's,
right now. Hitting
he is-
home runs, stealing bases, by the way. Like,
and still elite level defense behind home plate.
God, he gives me that thing where I'm like, I find it's nice to feel that again for a prospect, and you know, like no. Somebody, I mean, I think it was
how we felt about him 2 years ago.
I think it was David J. and over the weekend that even said, "Look, keep this up. It's not the craziest idea of all time down the road this season for him to make his debut, but it's, you know, we're in May, early May. We're going to have to keep this up for a while. But the defense plays. David told me 2 years ago, the defense plays at the big league level right now. That's when he was a 17-year-old kid. And he has relationships from all the time he spent at spring training with Pavetta and Michael King. Like, he's caught those guys in spring training. He has relationships with them. So, dude, something happens, something goes awry.
I mean,
that could be a
ideally,
possibility.
you know, Freddie Fermin has a little bit better offensive summer. You know, Luis Camposano continues to play pretty well. You won't need him.
You won't need him, but
yet,
if you needed him,
you did, crazier things have happened. Bennett Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Dennis Lynn, our Linsider, in a few minutes. But right now, let's get to our first game of the week. It is time to take on Woods. Taking on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Let's see. Let's go with Terry. Are you there?
Yes.
All right, Terry.
Yes, answer.
All right, Terry, let's put a little take on Woods. We got a new prize for the month of May. If you can beat or tie Woods, put you into the drawing for a $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas, the home of legendary Vegas fun, now offering the Breakaway from Fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and 0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. So $500 gets you a long way at westgatelasvegas.com. Here are your choices. We've got TV, House Calls, 5 TV shows with house in the title. Music, That's Just Mean, all 2-second songs with just mean, insulting lyrics. And you'll hear the lyric and have to name the song and the artist. And our new movie category, Game Time, 5 movies whose titles end in the word game. So TV, House Calls, Music, That's Just Mean, or movies, Game Time. What would you like to play, Terry?
Let's do the House titles.
House calls. All right, we got TV shows, all with the word house in the title. You'll have 60 seconds to get as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First questions are 2-second TV theme song. Paulie will play you a little clip of a TV theme. You need to identify the show. Terry, you ready to play?
Si, senor.
All right, si, senor. Paulie, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. TV category of house calls. Your time begins when Paul plays our TV theme. Good luck, Terry. Let's take on Woods.
The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV.
House of Lies.
Incorrect. Set in a neighborhood on Wisteria Lane in Fairview, which 2000's ABC drama starred actresses including Terry Hatcher, Eva Longoria, Marcia Cross, and Felicity Huffman.
Sounds like that's House of Lies.
Correct. The first ever series created for Netflix, which show chronicled the rise and fall of fictional South Carolina Congressman Frank Underwood.
House of Cards.
Correct. Paul Rubens created and starred in which late 80s Saturday morning cult hit on CBS.
Dollhouse.
Incorrect. Which 1970s and 80s Western series on NBC was loosely based on books by Laura Ingalls Wilder?
Little House on the Prairie.
That is correct. We got 3 out of the 5. Very good. Played it fast. The ones you didn't get, Full House and Pee-wee's Playhouse. All right, so we've got Terry going up against you in a TV category today, Woods. You know the rules. No category for Woods. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Same 5 questions. Your time begins when Paulie plays our TV theme. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Terry.
The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV.
Pass.
Set in a neighborhood on Wisteria Lane in Fairview, which 2000's ABC drama starred actresses including
Desperate Housewives?
Correct. The first ever series created for Netflix, which show chronicled the rise and fall of fictional South Carolina Congressman Frank Underwood.
Ooh. Is that Jeff Daniels? Played that? No. Oh, no. Pass.
Paul Rubens created and starred in which late 80s Saturday morning cult hit on CBS?
Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Correct. Which 1970 and 80s Western series on NBC was loosely based on books by Laura Ingalls Wilder?
A Little House on the Prairie.
Correct. TV theme song.
The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV.
Pass.
The first ever series created for Netflix, which show chronicled the rise and fall of fictional South Carolina Congressman Frank Underwood.
House of Cards.
Correct. Back to our TV theme song if there's any time.
Whatever happened to
House.
Sorry, time's up.
Time's up. Full
House.
But you snuck out a 4-3 win.
You needed that
over
house.
Terry's. Kevin Spacey played Frank Underwood in House of Cards. And yes, house was the key word.
Got it.
In
Took me a
all
minute.
5 answers.
Took me a minute, my friend.
Well played, Woods.
you,
All right,
sir.
we'll try
Thank
to
you.
qualify our first contestant for the Westgate gift card tomorrow. But when we come back, Dennis Lynn, our Linsider, will talk Padres, the ownership news, roster news perhaps coming today, and much more. All next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
This pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts, trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. We're going to have Dennis Lin joining us in just a moment. We're starting to see the Padres making some of those pitching roster decisions. The first was German Marquez to the IL, Griffin Canning up. What's next? Yuki Matsui. Decision day today on him. We'll ask Dennis about that and more right after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Street, expect delays onto 5 northbound. It should clear up at 163. 163 northbound, car crash near the 805 on-ramp north is causing backups for your morning drive.
Joining us right now from The Athletic. Oh, there it is.
Happy Monday, Padres fans. It's time to discuss the weekend that was for the Padres with our Ben & Woods Linsider, Dennis Lin from The Athletic. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
And joining us now on our SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bank Banking, it is better. It is Dennis Lin from The Athletic. Dennis, some rough offense from your San Diego Padres this weekend, even with yesterday's win included.
And now we did just actually lose.
Awesome. Killer. We are on fire today.
Jesus Christ. Here we go again. Now Dennis should have
Dennis, can you hear us? Can we hear you? Everything going on okay this morning?
I got you.
There we go.
It's not your fault. It's ours.
As I was saying, some rough offense from the Padres this past week. Even yesterday's win wasn't exactly lighting the world on fire. Just so many players struggling at the same time. Any thoughts, reasoning behind it, or just that's baseball?
It's always baseball, right? So I think it's part of it. But at the same time, I know we've been saying for a month now, at some point the stars are going to hit, but you're a month in, you're halfway to Memorial Day, or a little more than halfway. It's definitely a concern, I think, especially I know so much of the talk has been about Tatis and why can't he hit a home run? But I'm also, I know you guys are probably also looking at Jackson Merrill. It's been a really slow start for a guy who we thought was, excuse me, probably going to take the next step in year 3, but so far it hasn't happened. So, yeah, it's good that they're banking all these wins early. But as we've seen over the past week, that's probably not sustainable if those stars do not hit. And you need it to happen, starting tonight against a team that's struggling to hit as much as anybody in the big leagues, because the San Francisco Giants. So we'll see. Not an easy ballpark to hit in, obviously.
Fully expect a 9-7 game tonight after both teams scuffling offensively. Hopefully it goes in our favor. But, with the lack of offense, Dennis, leads to some weird decisions. Like we all saw that send yesterday. Shot hit to left, Ty by Castellanos, Ty France. They're like, yeah, wave him home. He was out by 30 feet. I don't know. The White Sox send was probably more egregious, but I don't know, man. It forces your hand when you're not playing well offensively. And, this has been a thing for a while. And I tweeted somebody this weekend. I said, look, the bargain bin, we got to pick this guy up here and hopefully he turns it around. With a new owner, that was an excuse before. AJ Preller had a limited budget. Now, the new ownership coming in, Dennis, I know you've been all over it. Can we as fans expect them to go out and get this team some help as it pertains to hitting?
I guess we don't know right now. The assumption is, there'll probably be some loosening of the purse strings, because this couple, Kwanzaa Jones and Jose E. Feliciano, they're very wealthy. They have more money than the Sadler family for sure. But we'll see on timing. First of all, I think early June, next owners' meetings, we can probably expect there to be a vote by the rest of the league by then on them. And then once they're in, maybe they'll want to get the lay of the land. Although they've obviously been doing that kind of quietly in the background for now. But yeah, if you look at the deals that the Padres have been signing the last couple of years since Peter Sadler passed, I mean, even Griffin Canning yesterday, he looks like a potential bargain. That's because he's only making, I think, $1 million this year, at least in terms of salary. So I think, yeah, I mean, not only do you need offensive help, you'll probably need some rotation insurance. You never know with Preller and the bullpen, even though it might be one of the best bullpens in the league, he always seems to be adding at a deadline to kind of boost that unit. And I kind of get that strategy, because right now, if you look at Mason Miller, Adrian Morejon, and Bradley Rodriguez, who, of course, hasn't pitched in the majors very much before this season, they're all on pace for career highs in innings. So that's a little bit of a concern, how much they're being used early on. So I think, yeah, offensively, though, that is the main talking point. So I think we can probably expect to see some help at the deadline. It's just a matter of, how much these owners want to spend right away.
Dennis Lynn with The Athletic joining us here. And Dennis, when the Padres issued their statement on Saturday, they announced that they will continue to operate in the ordinary course, and there will be no changes to day-to-day business operations as a result of today's announcement. What does that exactly mean? Does that mean, obviously, Eric Grupner and AJ Preller are safe? Do you feel like that's more of a long-term directive from the Felicianos coming in, or is that something that any team would say right now just to keep, speculation from running rampant with the new ownership group coming in?
Yeah, I think you nailed it with the latter there. Ben, it's just there's so much unknown still, even though all the right things were said in that release on Saturday. I mean, that's what you expect, right? It's going to be top tier PR for now. Not to say that they're not going to back it up. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I know there was I think there was an email sent out to the organization just from the top the other day after that release came out that said, yeah, Eric Grupner and AJ Preller are going to continue in their roles, post sale. For how long? Well, that remains to be seen. I know, obviously Preller was recently extended. Eric Grupner is under a long-term contract. I think there won't be any immediate changes there, especially on the business side. I think that's the main appeal of the Padres right now, just kind of a revenue machine they are. So Eric Grupner and AJ can probably sit well for right now, or they don't have to worry too much about their jobs for the rest of the season at least, and we'll just have to see after the season. But yeah, for now, I don't really expect any major changes. Although like you just asked, maybe we'll see some change in spending mid-season at the trade deadline. But again, I think it's good to be cautiously optimistic if you're a Padres fan right now, or optimistically skeptical. I don't know if that's a phrase. It's just we'll just have to wait and see.
No, it is now. So decreed on Ben and Woods. Optimistically skeptical, which is that's kind of my vein actually, where I live. Dennis Land joins us from The Athletic this morning. So already seeing the Padres maneuver a little bit, right? With David Morgan, got to get him down. He's got an option. We got Jeremiah Estrada ready to come back up. He looked great. Now you've got a Herman Marquez sent down or on the IL for elbow inflammation. You got Griffin Canning up. So now Yuki Matsui, there's a decision to be made, and that's today, right? Today a decision has to be made. Any ideas of what they're going to do?
Yeah, I haven't heard yet, and you're right. I believe it has to be made today because he's used up to 30 days on his rehab assignment, and unless he's agreed to stay down in AAA, which I don't think he is, you will have to. Probably make a tough call there if they haven't already made that call. And pick a guy like Kyle Hart, for as well as he's pitched in some tight spots this season, he might be, a candidate to go down for a little bit at least. Or you never know if someone's been dealing with something like just health-wise that we don't know about. Maybe it's the perfect time to give them a little bit of a break and get Matsui back in there. But yeah, just for his contract and what they're paying him, I would expect he's going to be back in there. It's just a matter of, I don't think they want to lose Ron Marinaccio right now. He's out of options. Kyle Hart still has options, or you never know. There might be some kind of lingering injury that just hasn't come to the surface yet, and then all of a sudden that magically makes everything a lot easier. So we'll see today, but I think that move should be coming pretty imminently.
And then Lucas Giolito, obviously, in less than 2 weeks, is going to follow of the guys who don't have options, because the Padres, they can use the IL. They can send some guys down, but at some point they may have to try to pass someone through waivers. Who's on the most tenuous footing? Is it Matt Waldron right now? Is Matt the one who's pitching for his major league career at the moment?
Yeah, you have to think so. I mean, not that Walker Buehler has killed it by any means within the last handful of starts. Obviously been up and down, but we've seen some gradually better results overall, I would say. And, he's a veteran who kind of knows what he's doing out there. And Matt, if he were to be placed on waivers, maybe they would have some thought at some point that they could sneak him through, even though he's out of options. But yeah, it's just those two are pretty much pitching for their jobs right now. And from what I understand, Lucas Giolito, they're going to take the maximum time to get him ready. He was from people who were there the other night, his last start for Lake Elsinore, the velocities, hasn't come back yet. It's early, I know, but I mean, when you hear that he was like 89 and 92, that's not a guarantee that he's going to, come in and do what Griffin Canning did, at least in his first start right away. So I think, not only the two that we just mentioned, Buehler and Waldron, Lucas Giolito, even though I'm sure he'll have a job for a while. It's lots up in the air. A lot has to be, kind of worked out first, just on the pitching front, and I would expect that velocity to continue to climb. But if you're expecting like a world beater there, there's a reason that he was unsigned for so long. I know that's partially due to what he was asking on the open market, but with guys like Griffin Canning and Lucas Giolito who aren't making too much, it's because there are some doubts there, and it's up to Ruben Yebla, who's had some really good results with pitchers like this over the last 2 years, to kind of make something out of them. But yeah, it's kind of jury remains out.
Last thing for me, Dennis, and I haven't been in the clubhouse the last few days, so I just want to see your thoughts. How much, the road trip with the high altitude in Colorado, Mexico City, I've heard illness, Fernando Tatis Jr. dealing with the flu. What is the mood like right now? Are they remaining that, non-roller coaster team that Craig Stammen wants them to be? Or are you seeing some effects now early in the season taking their toll?
Physical effects, yeah, probably from that trip a little bit, even though, they weren't the only team that had to deal with that. Obviously, the D-backs had to play on the surface of the moon, too. So I don't know if any one of us want to hear, too many excuses coming out of that, although I wouldn't say they're, really making excuses. But it has been noted that physically that was, a pretty taxing trip, especially because they also had to go to Coors Field. But, these guys are professionals. I think mentally, it's been, Craig Stammen has been very steady on that front, trying to preach, we don't, like you said, we don't want to ride that roller coaster. And so far, they've only had this one real losing streak, and it took a month into the season for that to come. So I would say overall, they're doing a pretty good job of that. It's just kind of the real test is May. And once you get, like I said, back, toward Memorial Day, when you kind of really know what kind of team you have. And I think right now we're still trying to figure that out. So physically, mentally, I think they're doing okay. Just whether they have the talent and the, resilience on the field to sustain, 600 plus winning percentage, we will have to see. That's what the month of May is for.
Dennis, appreciate it as always. Have a good week. Talk to you next Monday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, D-Lin.
Dennis Lynn, our Linsider from The Athletic, brought to you by Jamul Casino. I will point out that the Padres are 2-4 since Mexico City.
Yep.
The Diamondbacks are 1-5 since Mexico City. So it may have taken a toll on both teams to make that trip, out of the country to 7,500 feet of elevation and come back. Neither of them had particularly good weeks coming back from the short road trip, but the very long road trip as well.
It'll be interesting to see the Yuki Matsui news. He really, I just looked up his numbers against the Giants. That's like the one team that he dominates.
Really?
And I mean dominates. A .62 batting average against you for whatever reason. Yuki Matsui feels extremely comfortable pitching against the Giants.
I would almost certainly predict. I think Yuki Matsui will be back. Kyle Hart will probably be optioned, and it doesn't mean they think Yuki Matsui is better than Kyle Hart. It means you don't want to lose pitchers.
Right?
You can. 2 days later, someone can go in the IL. You can bring Kyle Hart right back. But if you waive someone else and then someone goes on the injured list, you lose them. You may never get them back. You never want to lose pitching early in the season if you don't have to.
Yeah.
So that's really the only logical move I think that the Padres can possibly make today. Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Got 1 hour still to go. Paulie's got some Reindl Report headlines, including some NBA Game 7s yesterday. We'll also go around Major League Baseball with the Reacharound for a Monday. All ahead with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods on a Monday. I'll get Padres Giants for you. No days off this week. Padres have had a bunch of off days scattered throughout the first month of the season. But right now they're in a stretch. No days off this week. So
it's good for us.
Have games to talk about every single morning, including tonight against the San Francisco Giants. We will preview that one coming up a little bit later in the hour here on 97.3 The Fan. We really didn't talk much about the first two games of the weekend, Woods. We went through the wrap-up of yesterday's 4-3 win. But there really wasn't much that stood out from those games. I mean,
they were two of my least favorite games of the young season.
I would say Friday night. So it all got away from Germán Marquez in the second inning.
Indeed.
Six-run inning.
That's awesome.
Didn't get help. Fernando Tatis Jr., I thought when he tried to get the runner at home plate, it was the right decision.
No, sir. No,
you don't think so?
Sir,
He was out. He would have been out by 3 feet with a good throw.
Take the two, right?
Two outs, but the second run scores. You're down 2-0
all day long. All day long.
It was definitely two schools of thought on that one. I saw after the game, Craig Stammen, Fernando Tatis Jr., they thought it was the right decision, just poor execution.
I think that's just something that you say.
Well, you don't say it, I mean, unless you mean it, because then he'll do it again and again and again.
Because managers and players never say things that they don't mean.
I know they do, but I mean, Tatis often tries aggressive throws.
He does.
And gets runners out.
Sometimes it works
on aggressive throws. A lot of the time it works. You thought he should have just taken the double play. It would have prevented probably the big inning that erupted.
Yeah.
But had he gotten that one, you might have gotten out with just one run. It's a completely different game in that spot if you get that run at home plate.
I'm taking that too all day. All day.
Interesting.
All day.
I was hoping he was going to go home when he threw it. I just, it's just a terrible throw. Also, and no one made a point of it on the broadcast, but when it was 3-0 and there was 2 outs and 2 on, and Munetaka Murakami was at the plate, Freddie Fermin had challenged and lost a challenge like a couple of minutes prior, and the 2-2 pitch I thought caught the zone at the knees. They never showed the replay. But Fermin didn't challenge it because he was afraid, I think, of losing both challenges in the same inning early in the game. And the next pitch, of course, was a 3-run home run. Might have gotten out of the inning on a challenge, but did not use it. Don't know that they would have won anyway. They did not score until late. They were down big at that point and ended up losing 8-2. Fernando Tatis Jr. did go 3 for 3 that night. I think we forget with a stolen base and a walk. But that one was Friday. And then Saturday.
Is Saturday the one where Campy started the game with a ABS challenge? First pitch of the game.
First pitch of the game.
That was Saturday night, right?
It was right down the middle.
I sat down, started the game. One of those? First pitch of the game, Campy hits I'm like, oh my God. I was like sick to my stomach. It looked like a strike, but still, it
was a strike. Yeah.
It absolutely was.
It makes you sick when you do it, but that's how poor these guys can be sometimes.
Michael King was not the super sharpest of Michael King, but 5 shutout innings before the 6th, and then got kind of unlucky on that little blooper by Miguel Vargas that scored the 2 runs. The problem, of course, again, lack of offense. Padres went 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position when they did get opportunities.
Well,
White Sox weren't much better. They were 2 for 5, but it's enough when you're getting a shutout there, getting 6 strong innings from Sean Burke in that game.
Yeah, he looked unhittable. If you're losing Michael King starts to the White Sox, that's when you can get in a little bit of trouble.
He's getting shut out.
He's a guy that you need to win his starts, especially when he pitches well. And yeah, Craig may have left him in a batter or two too long, but he's at 80, 90 pitches, 91 pitches, I think. I have no problem. I want him after the way the bullpen's performed recently as well.
I think if you had a lead to protect, you could have gone to the bullpen. Sure. Because you were down 2-0. You kind of push your starter a little bit more.
No problem with it.
I felt bad because King had a quality start after 6 innings, 2 runs. Didn't have a quality start at 6+ and 4 runs, but he still seems to be trending, I think, mostly in the right direction toward being the Michael King we remember rather than
He's got it in him.
The one last year. So that was kind of a positive. I thought that Noah Schultz, the big lefty that pitched the youngster on Friday. It's amazing what we don't even compare. I mean, I was talking before Paulie before he was mentioning Randy Johnson. Going, this guy throws 99, 6'11", lefty, got a good slider. I'm going, basically, they're facing Randy Johnson.
Not a comfortable guy to go against in any stretch of the imagination. He's only 22 years old and is off to a really good start for the White Sox. And, of course, the Padres offense is one that'll let you continue rolling along right now. They're just not putting together the world's best ABs, Benny, but he was filthy.
Yeah.
He's a tip your hat, I think, the way he pitched.
A little bit on that night,
and
for sure.
It's partly because of our futility, but he was pretty dirty.
All right. Got the Padres caught up this weekend. Let's get to some Reindl Report headlines.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah?
All right. Happy Monday, gentlemen. We'll get started here in the NBA. The first round of the NBA playoffs has finally come to an end. Only 3 more months left in the NBA postseason.
Yeah, about 90 days.
I heading into the weekend, knowing that there were some game 6s on Friday, and you had the potential for like 3 or 4 game 7s. We ended up getting 3 of them, and unfortunately, they weren't great. Kind of tuned in, checked out all 3 of them. Saturday night, the Sixers beat the Celtics, probably the best game of the weekend. Philly on the road in Boston, eliminating the Celtics, and that's a big one for like Joel Embiid in particular and his legacy. He's never really been able to take the Sixers to that next level. So they were able to take down the Celtics. Are they going to demolish their roster? People are talking, possibly.
I mean, I didn't see the Celtics losing at home, but Jason Tatum didn't play in that game either, and they really overachieved without him most of the season until he came back. I think you just flush this season if you're the Celtics and think we still have a pretty good roster. Joel Embiid is amazing. I mean, I think I saw a tweet. How does a guy who looks like he's 80 years old and limps around like he's had 1 million knee surgeries also drop 30 on you at the drop of a hat anytime?
Looks like Willis Reed walking around out there, dude. He really does. It's like, man, is this guy all right?
But the guy's an elite scorer.
Yeah.
We had 2 more game 7s in the Eastern Conference, both yesterday. The Pistons and the Magic. The Magic, the 8 seed, took the number 1 seed Pistons to the brink of elimination, but Detroit in the end just absolutely torched them, 116-94. And then the Cavs beat the Raptors yesterday, 114-102. So the Cleveland, they are moving on.
I tell you, Detroit still didn't look great the whole series. I think this is either the Knicks or the Sixers. Great opportunity this year to get to the finals, and they probably lose in the finals, but at least get to the finals in the Eastern Conference. The door is wide open for those teams.
Well, that semifinal matchup will begin tonight. Game 1, Knicks hosting the 76ers, 2 fan bases and 2 cities that do not like each other. They've already, it's already started. The whole, we're going to block these New York zip codes from buying tickets and stuff like that. So that gets started tonight, 5 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. And then later on at 6:30 p.m., following that game on Peacock, will be the Western Conference semifinals. The Spurs and Wemby going to host the Timberwolves without Anthony Edwards.
I got Spurs and Thunder pretty easily in these 2 series.
Anthony Edwards said he may play, make it back for games 3 and 4, but he's already been ruled out for
and then
games
I think
1 and
Spurs
2.
Thunder is a phenomenal series that probably is your real NBA Finals, because I think those are the 2 best teams left. You mentioned the don't let Knicks fans buy tickets in Philly. I think Embiid said, don't turn it into Madison Square Garden East.
Don't sell your
tickets.
tickets.
Philly's actually southwest of New York. I think he had his geography wrong a little bit, but they did want to keep
no need to be pedantic about it.
Sorry,
Benjamin.
all right.
That's fine.
All right.
Pedantic Ben, this reared his ugly head.
I was looking around for another sportsy story here, and even after a weekend, we kind of hit a lot of the 2nd and 3rd tier stories, but I did see, I thought it was maybe a little bit interesting for anybody that's into the sports media world. Skip Bayless is returning to ESPN.
Oh my God, why?
Kinda. This Friday, he is going to appear on First Take alongside and opposite Stephen A. Smith. Now those two pretty much started the First Take, the debate show, ESPN. I mean, they've been doing debate shows forever, but they were one of the biggest. Skip and Stephen A. I was going to say Shannon. That was the other show that got canceled. So Skip, they left. They broke up in 2016. Skip went over
10 years ago.
10 years.
Skip went over to FS1, did Undisputed. That show ended in like 2024. And Stephen A. and Skip, they did not talk to each other. They were not friends. When Skip left at ESPN, Stephen A. was very pissed because he found out about it from everybody besides his partner and Skip Bayless. So if the Ben and Woods show ever ends, Ben, make sure you just tell Woodsy.
Yeah, tell
that
me
you're leaving.
that you're leaving. Don't just show up somewhere.
Don't let him read it
I'll
on
send you an
Twitter.
email.
Yeah, an email.
They did a podcast
True
like
or
a year
false?
ago. Yeah, right. True or false? I'm quitting. Skip and Shannon, they did a podcast like a year ago and kind of at least broke some bread and cleared the air a little bit. But now Stephen A. and Skip will be back on your ESPN sets this Friday morning.
Don't forget to miss it entirely.
I'm not scintillated.
Nor am I. Not titillated either.
All right, and then we will wrap it up. This one actually kind of surprised me, just more how it went down. Spirit Airlines is dead.
Yes.
And there was, at least not that I saw, I didn't see any like warning, like, hey, this may be coming down. You know, hey, time's ticking here for
A couple
Spirit.
bankruptcies, I think.
Well,
and,
that's,
And the rising cost of fuel was what they cited. But what do you do? No, number one, has anyone in this room ever flown Spirit?
Oh,
no.
Maybe in college.
I haven't either.
Maybe
I never did
a Seattle flight in college. And it was,
my dad tried to get me on one once.
I had
You
one.
did? You did?
I did one. I feel like somebody booked the flight for me. I flew out of this like commuter airport out of northern Washington, like basically right up on the border of Canada, and got on this little Spirit airline back to San Diego. It sucked, but it was like $14, and I'm sure when you're 20 years old, that makes a difference.
I mean, I can give you logical reasons why I don't fly Spirit. First of all, just the flights are not the ones I'm looking for. I always feel like I'll end up paying just as much or more because of the fees and
the extra
charges. But the dumb reason is the planes were too yellow. It just didn't like that color of yellow, and I felt
scary.
I felt scary. Yeah, it was scary yellow color.
It's funny. People love Southwest, and I have been anti-Southwest for many, many years.
I've been fine with Southwest.
I have always been on seemingly the jankiest, bumpiest Southwest flights anywhere I've gone. I mean, I'm from Texas. This is like, fly Southwest everywhere you go. For me, I never had a good experience, so I don't fly it.
I was on a Southwest flight a couple weeks ago coming back, and they said, sorry, due to forecasted turbulence, we're not going to have any service. We're going to have the flight attendants are just going to be seated the whole flight.
Yeah.
It's a short flight. We're sorry. We'll make it up to you. Literally the smoothest flight I have ever been on.
Amazing.
It was not even
they were
one
hungover. That's why they didn't want to work.
One bump.
They didn't want to work.
Entire way.
So they just like shut down on Saturday night, kind of took everybody by surprise, like including, however many thousands of passengers that they had that day, or maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours, people had tickets booked, and they just said, we're done. Like we're moving the planes. There's no more Spirit Airlines.
Crazy.
Refunds will be issued, but I mean, imagine waking up on Sunday morning. Maybe you had a flight, and you're like, well, what do I do?
It's kind of like working at the Mighty 1090. You wake up one day and they have pulled the plug. And
Colin Jost joked, Spirit Airlines has gone out of business mid-flight.
Max said, this is crazy. Max said, I flew round trip from Boston to Miami for $33 a few years ago. One of the best safety records in the history of aviation.
No carry-ons, no luggage. I mean, nothing at all.
They actually did get a lot of praise from other like airline rankings and stuff. They're like, look, it's a budget option, but of the budget options, they're really not that bad. I saw a lot of people make it was such low-hanging fruit. To put the Spirit Halloween sign on the Spirit plane.
I like luxury too much when I fly these days. I'm comfort. Yeah. I'll pay for the extra.
I mean, there really is no luxury anymore.
Let's see.
Go first class to England, and then you tell me.
Fine.
It was so luxurious.
There's no luxury on the West Coast puddle jumper flights that I take.
You just wear it. If you have the ability to wear it, which I don't.
I didn't even choose a seat for my upcoming flight going to Oregon.
Yeah, what are you flying?
Alaska. But it's one of those planes where it's just 2 and 2. It's a smaller plane.
Okay.
So it's like
the whole flight is?
Yeah. Whole
Really?
flight to Eugene. Yeah, it's just
Smaller
a
airport,
smaller
probably, smaller
airport,
plane.
smaller
Yeah.
plane. And I was like, well, I'm getting an aisle or a window no matter what. So you just assign me wherever you want.
Which
Why
one do
pay
you
extra?
like? The window?
I like window.
I do too. I like to lean.
I do too. I like to lean.
I don't like the aisle.
I rarely
I
have
don't
to get
mind
up
the
during
aisle.
the flight, so I don't want to be on the aisle where two people inside of me may have to get up at some point, and I have to get up.
Shorter flights where I know I'm not going to get any sleep anyways.
Yeah.
I don't mind the aisle because I can at least get like one leg kind of
One
stretched
stretch,
out
yeah,
a little
and you-
bit,
and
and
you can
I'm going to
stand
stay
up.
awake so I can avoid any of the drink carts or anything like that. But if I'm sleeping, yeah, I like the window.
Yeah, fair enough.
My knees always stick out into the aisle, so the drink cart slams my knee as it's coming by if I'm on the aisle too.
Hey, when that flight attendant comes by, make sure you get a Heineken.
Yeah, grab me a Heineken. All right. Thank you, Paulie.
Two quick stories on Spirit. So fans of Spirit Airlines have rallied.
Fans?
Yes. They have started some crowdfunding to purchase Spirit Airlines. I went and looked. If this is to be believed, as of this morning, 124,000 people have pledged to save Spirit Airlines and buy it. And they've raised $88 million. I don't know.
million.
That's a lot of money. But I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Well, I know they asked for $500 million from the government to bail them out. $550 million if they wanted to pick their own seat. Saw that line. I thought that was a good one.
And then the other one, I did see this. There was actually a Southwest pilot, not Spirit Airlines, Southwest, or no, I'm sorry.
Spirit
pilot who, when he landed, his plane landed, they found out, hey, Spirit Airlines no longer exists. He flew as a passenger on a Southwest flight to get home. It was his last flight. He was retiring and he didn't get to have like any sort of a send-off or any sort of a retirement. Southwest Airlines found out about it because he was flying home with his son, the pilot was for Spirit, flying back on a Southwest Airlines. Southwest figured it out, heard about it. And when he got off the plane and got into the terminal, they had a huge applause. All the Southwest employees, they gave him kind of his retirement send-off. I thought that was actually really nice,
classy
touching.
move.
Also, a way to try to steal all those Spirit Airlines
100%.
customers to Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
Very smart.
Very smart.
That's the thing. It was a good deed, but also we know what you were doing.
Correct. There's going to be a scramble to pick up those routes and passengers and
say
everything.
route or route?
Route.
You say route.
It's Route 66.
It
right?
is.
It's not Route 66.
Because it doesn't sound good in the song.
Get your kicks
I've always
on
said
Route 66.
I think I've always say route.
I swear I say both.
Do you?
And I don't know why or when I choose.
I think I say route.
En route and route.
And route. And route.
I'm in route.
I'm in route.
I'm in route.
I'm in
to
route.
Where
No,
I'm going.
I say en route.
The Padres got routed.
They did
by
get
the
routed.
White Sox. They
Yep.
didn't get rooted. They got routed.
It's true.
But when I'm on a flight, I'm en route.
And
Right.
route. I'm in
Take-
route.
Which route are you going to take?
Which route are you going to take?
South or? I mean,
All
it's
right,
not.
wrap it
Okay. Our route leads us to the baseball reach around from the rest of the weekend. Coming up next, we'll look ahead to the Padres Giants series as well. All coming up. Bennett Woods
I want
broadcasting
this
live.
one, man. I want this series bad.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, it is not too late to take advantage of the SDFatLoss.com spring special and get $200 off a program that can help you lose 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days without the GLP-1 injections. Why do you want to stay away possibly from those GLP-1 injections? Well, even if they do work, and they do work for some people, you have to keep taking them at a lot of expense, possibly $3,000 to $5,000 a year, endlessly, because when you go off those GLP-1s, the weight almost certainly is going to come back on. With SDFatLoss.com, I changed the way I ate, I changed the way I felt, and I have kept my 40 pounds that I lost in 60 days off for 3 years. It's sustainable, changes your metabolism, it's doctor developed, and it's the right way to go, especially here in San Diego. They're ready to help you, again, for $200 off. Just set up a free consultation at SDFatLoss.com. They will tell you how the program works based on real foods. There's no shakes or bars, just regular meals, chicken, steak, things you're probably eating anyway. Get at the grocery store, do it yourself, and then sustainably keep that weight off. They'll help you do that as well for the one-time cost. You don't have to continue to pay and pay and pay like with the GLP-1s or other programs. Just go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour, 97 Through the Fan, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Who feels like a reach around?
Oh, I do. I need one, actually.
Thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, for real.
They're doing the
reach around.
They're doing the
reach around.
Everybody's doing the
reach around. Our look around Major League Baseball begins in the National League West, where for 4 straight days, the Padres had a chance to take first place with a win because the Dodgers had also lost 4 in a row, and every single time the Padres failed. Well, they finally got their win yesterday, and of course, so did the Dodgers, snapping their own 4-game
This happened all of last
streak.
season?
Yes.
Like all of last year.
Beat the Cardinals 4-1. It also snapped the Cardinals' 6-game winning streak. Padres did move back a half game ahead of the Cardinals for the first place wild card spot in the National League.
It's May, though.
It is May, yes. Justin Robleski has been kind of the secret savior of the Dodgers pitching rotation. He is now 5-0 after 6 more shutout innings. Mentioned it earlier, Shohei Ohtani is in the longest hitless drought of his Dodgers career.
Oh, I hate to see it.
Going 0 for his last 14, although he did reach base via hit batsman.
Yes, we played the audio earlier.
Remember it from a little bit earlier.
It was spectacular. That's him getting hit by a 75-mile-an-hour sweeper in the butt. One more time.
First one in almost a week. That was a little dramatic.
Thanks.
75-mile sweeper.
I wonder if Shohei Ohtani has words for Joe Davis.
Yeah, that was a little dramatic. Fantastic. So that goes in the tournament.
Just the drop. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shohei getting hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
Save that for the Tournament of Drops 2027 edition. The Diamondbacks continued to struggle. I mentioned they lost 5 of 6 after leaving Mexico City. The Cubs completed a sweep with an 8-4 win. Cubs have won 5 straight. Arizona has lost 4 straight. The Giants got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. Jonathan Aranda, a really good hitter, by the way. Walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th, capping off a 4-for-5 game. 2-1 the final. The Giants have lost their last 6 in a row. We talked about every team comes into the Padres hot. White Sox hot, Cubs hot, Rockies were hot. That trend ends tonight.
It ends tonight.
The Padres go into the Giants series, and the Giants are ice cold going into the series. They are expected to call up their top prospect, Bryce Eldridge.
Yes.
Ahead of the game. We can talk about that coming up in our last segment. And then the Braves completed their sweep of the Colorado Rockies with an 11-6 win. The Braves now a MLB best 25-10 on the season. And the Rockies have lost 4 straight. So wasn't a good week for the NL West by any stretch of the imagination.
Man, I'm telling you, this is a series against the reeling Giants. I mean, their fan base is cannibalizing each other right now. They're furious at the team. They're furious at Buster Posey. You remember Mark Willard, who used to work here?
Yeah.
I always liked Mark. I worked with Mark over at the other station for a little bit, and he basically said this. He says, excited to see Eldridge and Rodriguez for sure. Also a little annoyed at the timing. It feels like the Giants are running interference on fan anger. It feels like an attempt to distract from what's happening. This is about as negative as I've ever felt about the team, that's
it's not great.
Not great. You don't want to go in and be the get right gang for Tony V and his San Francisco Giants. Did you see the beef that Tony V and his staff had with Hunter Wendelstedt?
No.
This is crazy. So there was an issue in Tampa. Ball hits the overhang. Okay, guy smokes one. I think it was Elliot Ramos hit a missile.
Right.
The center fielder runs back all the way to the wall. Then it hits off the thing. He runs 10 feet in and catches the ball.
Yeah,
and they called him out.
It's in play.
They should have been a home run.
No,
it should have been a home run.
I thought it was in play.
The trajectory of this catwalk is a home run.
Oh, that catwalk
is a home run. Everybody saw it. They wouldn't review it. So Vitello goes out to argue his case. And apparently the umpires had looked in their dugout and gave a little rah, rah, and did some talking about pom-poms because they're college coaches. him and his bench coach, college coach.
Ooh.
So Wendelstedt comes in. He goes, "Who the F do you think you are?" And Tony V out. He didn't even get thrown out. It was his assistant. But after the game, he's like, "Yeah, like I heard stuff about rah-rah and pom-poms." He goes, "I'm assuming that's because was a college coach."
You can say everybody deserves a fair shot. We all knew that the college coach thing was going to dog Tony Vitello.
It's going to
in the big league.
Follow him.
I know
for a while.
until it doesn't. I know big leaguers enough that not just the players, not just the other coaches, but like umpires too. They all will they will all look down on you until you are part of their fraternity. And he certainly is not.
Isn't that crazy? Could you imagine an umpire looking at him? Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. I'd be like, I will kill you, Hunter Wendelstedt. Like, who are you talking to? Nuts, dude.
It finally happened. The Cincinnati Reds lost a close game yesterday for the first time all season. They had won every 1- and 2-run game. They have, I think, a minus 22 run differential and about the same record as the Padres.
Crazy.
They lost to the Pirates 1-0, and Pittsburgh completing a sweep of that series. The more interesting game, though, was on Saturday when the Pirates beat the Reds 17-7, and in that game drew a major league record 7 consecutive walks.
And that's bananas.
Yeah, it was started with Rhett Lauder, who was the starter for Cincinnati, and then they brought in Connor Phillip, and he kept walking guys. It was like that Bugs Bunny where they just keep going around the bases and no one had to hit anything. So Reds finally cool off. They dropped to 20-13, getting swept 3 by the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Washington Nationals avoided a sweep with a 3-2 win over the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday. Phillies beat the Marlins 7-2. Bryson Stott 3-run home run in the first inning. Mark Vientos homered twice. Mets actually win a series. Did it over the Angels, 5-1 the final there. The Royals topped the Mariners 4-1. Mariners continue to struggle. They were swept. Chris Bubic, 7 innings and
say it again.
Bubic.
That's it. That's all we needed.
Thank you. I think Cal Raleigh had to be held out though. He's been down great and not well. The A's avoided a sweep with a 7-1 win over the Guardians. Astros take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox, scoring twice in the 10th and a 3-1 win. Aaron Judge hit his 13th home run. Ben Rice hit his 12th home run. Yankees beat the Orioles 11-3. They'll go for the 4-game mop today against Baltimore. Bubic.
That was so fast.
Bubic.
You couldn't make that up, dude.
I don't think this is true, but it feels like Aaron Judge and Ben Rice have more home runs than the entire San Diego Padres
roster. Don't they have
roster.
25 combined?
25, yeah.
How many do we have as a team?
Good question.
I believe they might have more.
Feels like it for sure. Probably is not true. My guess is the Padres have slightly more than that when you just add them all up together.
What's your guess, Boobage?
3 and 4 and 4 and 3. Eventually you get to probably somewhere in the 30s.
All right, so Rice
and Ben and Aaron Judge have 25, just the two of them.
Okay. The San Diego Padres have 31.
Yeah, I figured the Padres won that battle, but it's surprisingly close.
However, Judge and Rice have hit more combined home runs than as many as the Marlins at 25, more than the Red Sox at 23, more than the Brewers at 22, and more than these Giants will face tonight, who are dead last in the big leagues at 19. Crazy.
Wow. Twins topped the Blue Jays 4-3, split of a 4-game series. And Sunday Night Baseball, the Tigers take 2 of 3 from the Texas Rangers with a 7-1 win.
Bummer.
All right, there's your MLB reach around for a Monday.
God, the Braves are ridiculous.
They're so good right now.
They're ridiculous.
And now, Ronald Acuna Jr. on the injured list for a little while, but everyone else seems to be playing just fine.
Their team OPS is 806. Their team slug is 464. Their team OBP is 342, and their team batting average is 276. Better than the Dodgers. Better than everyone.
Better than almost any player on the Padres.
But, I mean,
like their
100%.
Team average is better than the Padres' best players at this point.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, speaking of the Padres, we will come back, look ahead to the series against the San Francisco Giants. That begins tonight. Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future in charge of the crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com on 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
so let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
With this, and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Gunter Gleben, Glauten Globen. That's the full mashup now of Ben,
I figure if I got it, I gotta
Ohtani,
use it,
and
right?
The Offspring all together.
What about the other one the guy asked for?
So, Steve, we were doing our MLB Reacharound talking about the game in Tampa where a ball hit the catwalk. And Steve said, I'm still distracted by Ben saying catwalk, the image of him prancing about to right said Fred.
It's funny that you should ask.
I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Remember how sick he was?
On the catwalk, yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Off time. He was sick as a dog, and
It
I don't
made
know
my
why.
voice even like deeper.
That
and
was,
I said, it sounded like right said Fred.
Yeah,
now.
January 9th of last year. So like the start of the
I was
year.
so sick.
From what?
I just had like the
crud, the
really
holiday
bad
crud.
Holiday crud.
God, that was like our third day back on the air,
Yeah,
too.
it was
That's
bad.
how it started.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York, and Japan.
Sounds like he's on his deathbed. And
it
then we
was.
thrust a microphone and hey, record this
Can you
real quick
record?
while you're dying. Okay, fine. I'm a model. You know what I mean? Which Paulie and I would totally do. Be like, hey,
Hey, before you croak.
before you die, can you record this, please? Because we have to do the show without you tomorrow since you're going to be dead.
I mean, at some point, Paulie's just going to have me saying every phrase in the English
Correct.
language.
Then, Paulie, pull up that Declaration of Independence. Like, 7 years ago. That's right. The Declaration of Independence. That's kind of the goal.
Or is that the preamble to the Constitution?
UNO.
No, that's the 7 years ago is the Gettysburg Address.
Uno says, could have gone my whole life without hearing this. Well, now you have, my friend. Now you
I shake my little tush on the catwalk.
Save that forever. Save that for. Wait, you don't even know what you need to save yet.
You got to remember the last
The last
of
verse
course.
is coming.
Remember. Oh. Strap in.
I'm too sexy for my cat, too sexy for my cat. Poor pussy cat. I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's gonna leave me. And I'm too sexy for this song.
It's unbelievable. Oh my God. How did I forget that existed? It's just unbelievable. Wow.
When Ben sent that over to me, I went, he
went for it. He really did. I like how he's not even close to the right timing of the song. You and Friar Phil, Christmas Carol.
Well, I recorded it without the music,
and
then Paulie added the music later. So
I
I was just doing it on my own, kind of from memory.
Oh,
so.
that got me. All right.
We will check traffic. Then we will do something very normal and preview tonight's series opener between the Padres and the Giants up next here on 97.3 The Fan. So, what do we know about the pitcher the Padres will be facing tonight? Trevor McDonald going in game 1 against Randy Vasquez. We know it's going to be a later start, 6:45.
Yeah, five
at
minutes.
Oracle Park. Just the third career start and first this season for Trevor McDonald. So I had Woods do a little research on Trevor McDonald. What have you come up with?
Oh, Sir Trevor McDonald.
Sir,
actually. Yeah. He's a
knighted.
Trinidadian British newsreader and journalist, best known for his career as a news presenter with independent television news.
Okay.
He is 86 years old, so I do like our chances tonight.
I'm going to bet the Padres heavy tonight.
He looks very studious in those glasses.
There he is. That's
right-hander.
him right there, right-hander. So
as you'd imagine, at 86, velocity is not the core to his game. He's more about the breaking ball and the off-speed pitches.
And he gets in trouble when he nibbles. You know, he needs to attack the zone. But when you don't have the velo, it's hard. You got to work the corners. You got to go up, down in the zone. And but yeah, hopefully we can take it to him tonight. No, the real Trevor McDonald, Ben. It's just not a lot of info on him.
Only his fifth career appearance, third start. He has 18 innings in the big leagues, 15 strikeouts, 3 walks, 14 hits, 6 runs. So
sounds like a recipe for absolute disaster, to be honest.
We'll see. Yeah, but no, his 93 around on the sinker is what you're going to get, but it's mostly the slider.
The good thing about
off-speed stuff is what he's going to give you tonight.
Good thing for us is we never hit the ball on the ground, so that would be great. The sinker baller pitcher sees the San Diego Padres coming, and he's got to just be salivating. Just got to be salivating. I tweeted this weekend, Worms hate to see this team.
Logan Webb tomorrow is a legitimate
he's another
elite
one.
sinker baller pitcher.
Great,
so you've got you got 2 of them coming up.
Man.
Randy Vasquez, meanwhile, 3-0, 2.94 ERA. It's been very, very solid for your San Diego Padres so far this season. Not coming off his best effort. Remember, he's gotten a little extra rest after facing the Cubs. Gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. He was supposed to start a couple days ago. They pushed him back for Griffin Canning. So he threw his bullpen on Saturday and will now get the start tonight. Did get the win, though, in that game because the Padres came back. That was the one that they rallied, beat the Cubs in the opener to that series. So it's 3-0, 2.94 ERA. Had a couple of good starts before that. We'll see how he throws tonight. Pitcher's haven, that is Oracle Park. Still early in the season as well. Generally, good spot for any pitcher to be at.
Yeah.
I would think low-scoring game tonight between these two teams.
I mean, you'd think so, which means it will be the exact opposite. But, at some point, some of these guys got to start breaking out a little bit. Not exactly your favorite place to do it. I fully expect Luis Ariz to have a monster series. He has been.
You thought that last time. He didn't have a monster
series. Well,
series.
you guys still got
4 hits,
4.
I think.
Yeah, I think we set the over-under at
4.5.
He has been, by the way, the best defensive second baseman in baseball. Did you see that? He's the best defensive second baseman in baseball, Luis Ariz, right
in
now.
What?
In outs above average.
Really?
Yeah.
So like a legitimate defensive stat, not like fielding percentage.
Correct. A legitimate
like his range has been good enough to give him
they're talking
a high outs above average.
And again, I mean, it goes to show you like working with Ron Washington is elite. is elite, and he has turned this guy's career around right now. So, he's been playing really well. So, but again, you look through their lineup, Benny, and you don't tremble, when you look through them, but they do have some guys that are gritty grinders. They're just not taking grade ABs right now, which is very similar. We're very similar teams. We just happen to have lucked our way into a few more wins, in my opinion. They're very similar.
I believe that it remains true that Fernando Tatis Jr. and Luis Arraez are one of only
like 3 qualified.
Yeah, a very small number of players that are qualified
cool.
that do not have a home run yet this season.
If Arraez gets one before Toddy, that's going to be the end of the world.
We'll see. Where do you think Fernando Tatis Jr. will be batting tonight? I thought Craig Elsten's suggestion of moving him to the leadoff spot and just have him focus on what he did really well last year makes a lot of sense. Take some of the pressure off of trying to hit home runs. Just try to get on base.
Yeah, get on base
to start the game.
Gotta
Draw a
score some
walk, see some pitches and let the home run thing. Just don't worry about it. They will come. The more you think about it, I just think the harder and harder it gets for Fernando Tatis Jr.
Commendatory says Luis caught so many strays last year for no reason. I disagree. I mean, I think the concussion is really what kind of ruined his year. I do. He's healthy now, but I don't know that he caught strays. I don't think he was put in the best position to be Luis Arraez last year. But I wonder how much of that was him, and I wonder how much of that was Schulte.
Mm-hmm.
But we would tell you, hey, Schulte, the numbers say he's the worst 2-hole hitter in the game. Not us. It's not an opinion. The numbers tell you he's the number one.
Yes, I know from 21 to 23, he won back-to-back batting titles.
Right, but
this is 25.
I guess number 1 or number 30, however you want to look at it, he's the worst in the league. Why do you continue to bat him second? He won 3 batting titles. Okay. And that was it. So I don't know. Strays, whatever. Hey, defensively, he doesn't look great at first. Well, our internal metrics say that he does. But the external metrics that everyone can see says that he doesn't. So I don't know if he caught strays. I'm glad that he's happy in San Francisco, but certainly not going to be rooting for him this week.
We will talk about it with Jesse Agler of the Incorporator. I think we are on letter F this week with Jesse, who will join us at 8:35 from San Francisco. No, it's F for the Incorporator. All guests, including Jesse on Ben and Woods, appear on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better.
I was thinking about it. Who do you think... Who are the struggling offensive players for the Padres?
Jackson.
Tatis, it's Merrill, it's
Laureano,
Are we putting Manny?
Laureano,
Jake,
Sheets.
Who breaks out first?
Let's see.
Who do you think because really it's everybody besides Campy and Bogarts, really.
For me,
I think.
How about the big names? Toddy, Merrill, Machado.
I'll go Laureano. I'll go Laureano breaks out first.
I'm going to roll the dice on Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah.
He's going to break out. He'll be all right.
Don't want to pick a lefty at Oracle Park to break out. It's a tough spot. Certainly.
You mean break out this series?
I just mean
any first.
This series.
Yeah.
Let's say this series.
Before the All-Star break.
Right.
Sometime in September.
I kind of just meant in general, like who's going to get on track first.
Need Toddy to get after it.
It's funny. Again, Fernando Tatis Jr. isn't not on track. He's just not hitting home runs. He's hitting 270, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you need to see how many home runs do you need to see before you think Fernando Tatis Jr. is on track?
10.
He goes 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Is he on track or is he still struggling because he hasn't hit a home run?
I like the slug. The slug.
I mean, I'd like to at least see extra bases for sure, even if it doesn't go over the fence.
Especially at Oracle. Give me some gappers and let that guy run.
He's batting 260.
He was not that far away from getting his first home run over the weekend. Inside the park variety,
Yeah.
San Francisco, certainly that can happen.
Right.
Hit one off the bricks that bounces away.
We will take those. That counts in the books.
Anything at this point, we will take it. And we will talk about it tomorrow morning, starting at 6 a.m. See how the Padres do tonight against the San Francisco Giants. That is it for us. Braden and Frank will take you from 10 to 2. For our executive producer, Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday. From all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.